What you think about when you're born into a fire. Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They
hey.
and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack,
What's up? Let's stop the music, I guess. There we go. Stop that. We can roll the intro. I guess that's the next step.
Hey daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
There you go, Linda Binda. Welcome, everybody. I'm Will Bird. This is Cold Beer Confessional. What's happening? What's up? How's it going? What are you guys doing? Oh, I've got my glasses on. Safety glasses. Safety third. That's what I always say. Yeah. I'm going to do a show tonight about why the fuck are we giving Andi a pass? But before we get into that, thank you guys for joining us. If you want to contribute to the show, you know how to do it. Coldbeer.fund, coldbeer.fund, where there's many ways that you can contribute to the show if you want to. I saw Phil's chat got shut down. Where I was talking about Phil's chat getting shut down because he missed another show, I guess, which kind of plays into tonight's show. I didn't see if he typed anything out, but I did see he got shut down last night. Was he supposed to go live last night? He hasn't been live in weeks or something. One of his I got a screenshot of one of his viewers saying they hadn't been. Hey, what's up, Thomas? That he hadn't been live in weeks. I didn't know it was that long. I know he did a show on Israel, and that was about it. I was gonna say, if you're not a member yet and want to see the special film content, you should subscribe at the link below. So he says, boy, do I have a surprise for you, but it's subscription only. Sorry, y'all. I've had lots of personal life take over for the past day or two. Next live will be Sunday. When was his live supposed to be? Tuesday or something? It's happening, folks. Have you been in the dollar yet? Gold quiz, of course. What is this video? Hold on. Uh-oh. This is from March of 2022. This is when there was more hype around. I do personally think we will go to like a crypto blockchain technology eventually, but I think there's too many people that wouldn't do it now. So for the time being, they're gonna have to run simultaneous. But that doesn't help. That doesn't help Phil at all. That doesn't help gold and silver at all.
Every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and
citizens. The audio should be on.
We're going to need a digital constitution of human rights.
They're going to bypass the banking system.
A digital constitution of human rights.
Name. This branch media already has a temporary sign-off.
So it was a regional bank closed down, Fulton, and become Fulton Bank.
The first regional banking failure this year.
What we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain.
What I don't understand is if a Republic Bank gets taken over by Fulton Bank and they guarantee all your deposits, who the fuck cares? For the Knob Creek and cigars. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't know what I'll do with it. I guess I guess I'll have to do some lewd acts. Who cares, right? If it's not like people lost money. It's not like, I mean, another bank took it over and insured every deposit. So who the fuck cares? This would be the same as like a bank selling. You guys remember when, was it Bank of America? Like 10 years ago, I had Bank of America. It's been longer than that. Fuck, it was when I was out on the road doing windmills. I had Bank of America. They shut down like 300 fucking branches across the United States, and it was all like in smaller towns. I had to drive to Knoxville, 2 hours away, to go to a bank.
It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights.
They're going to bypass the banking system. One of the reasons why they're doing this is because the banks, once again, need to be bailed out. But the feds are going to let them.
Anyways, that last clip was from 2022, and crypto was probably hotter then than it is now. I think we're going to have two simultaneous systems running for a long time. There's just so many people that won't switch to digital currency. They'll scream mark of the beast and shit. I used to work with a guy that they wanted us to clock in with our palm print. Apparently your palm print's like more unique than your fingerprint. Plus it can include all your fingerprints. But he wouldn't do it because his religion told him it was the mark of the beast.
Clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights.
They're going to bypass the banking system. One of the reasons why they're doing this is because the banks, once again, need to be bailed out. But the feds are going to let the banks swing in the wind, and they're going to go directly to the consumer, and you're going to get your money directly from the central banks. They're not going to be bailed out this time. The feds are going to say, you're out. We're going to go directly.
But that's not true. We've already seen that happen, right? That's not true. The Federal Reserve has already done and coordinated these deals to bail out these banks.
The consumer, here's a CBDC.
The end of the U.S. dollar is happening much faster than anyone thought possible. Now more than ever, there are a lot of questions about the
This is
stability
an
and the
ad
future
read. This is a fucking ad read.
of the U.S. dollar. Will the U.S. dollar crash? How many countries are abandoning the U.S. dollar in favor of the BRICS currency? You have Russia, China, you have South Africa. You have all of these countries saying enough with the U.S. dollar. So we're going to unpack this today on today's show. Let's get into some of the nitty-gritty details here about the dollar, which has held its power in global trade for decades, of course, since World War II. It's been the principal
Jesus
reserve currency of the world.
Christ.
So what exactly does that mean? Well, a reserve currency is held and used by institutions and central banks
I
around
bet
the
you
world
he
for
sells
international
some type of
transactions.
gold or
Major commodities like
silver.
gold, lumber, oil, all priced in dollars. We'll settle our oil transactions in petrodollars, right? When we use U.S.
Dude, you know how many people Chris M said it's kind of like when debit cards came out and the old people still clinging to checks. Yeah, you know how many people got so fucking pissed. I was the assistant manager at an oil change place when I first got out of high school, and we would run their checks as a direct debit, and it would pull it from their shit already. And I guess they were waiting for like 3 or 4 days for it, or maybe coming on a Friday and know it wouldn't hit till like Wednesday. And collector coins. And they got so pissed when we would run it instantly. Like the machine just read it treated it like a wire transfer, right? It took your bank account number and your routing number and just ran it instantly. And people were so fucking mad. They were like, "Don't stick my check in that machine." I'm like, "Well, it's the only way we have to take checks."
dollars to settle those transactions. Global trade runs on the U.S. dollar. It has long been an important cornerstone in the global economy due to its ease of conversion and its value. And of course, the United States would back the U.S. dollar with the power of the U.S. military. That was the agreement made during the Bretton Woods Conference, right? We will police the waterways with our U.S. Navy to secure the trade routes, but you will use U.S.
Uh-oh. Mentally retarded Dab is back. Uh-oh. Hey, Dab. Good to see you're still alive.
dollars. But over the past several decades, the inherent value of the dollar has been in massive decline. In 1971, the U.S. dollar's departure from the gold standard led to a major devaluation of our currency. And this was just the first time the dollar has declined.
These periods of falling and regaining value are known as super cycles. Each dip is essentially correcting an overvalued dollar. Many economists today think that America's currency is due for a netter correction, just like previous super cycles.
And more countries are starting to seek autonomy and diversification away from the U.S. dollar. Look at all throughout Africa right now. Not to mention, in recent history, China has become an economic powerhouse. Sanctions enforced after the...
Why would these third world countries be switching to BRICS? A lot of it has to do with, I think, the Belt and Road Initiative, right? So China is bailing them out. And if China wants to support BRICS, if they're going to give them money to build this, to do that, to rebuild the Silk Road, they're going to make them operate in their currency.
The invasion of Ukraine have encouraged more and more countries to turn towards other currencies. Seeing what the United States has done to sanction Russia, Putin announced an intent to create an international currency standard. And even France has been leaning less and less on the U.S. dollar. These are just a few.
It doesn't benefit China any in their plans to work in U.S. dollars, right?
Examples, many, many more to speak of, all throughout Latin America and Africa and the rest of the Middle East. So when asked about these global issues and their impact on the dollar as a world currency, here's what Janet Yellen, U.S. Treasury Secretary, had to say about it. She said, quote, "We should expect over time a gradually increased share of other assets in reserve holdings of..."
Wait, I haven't seen her name on anything yet. Are we sure she's even alive?
And the Federal Reserve itself lists some challenges.
Wasn't she the one that hadn't signed the dollar bill yet?
The dollar is facing. Let's read right from the source, right from the Fed website. Sanctions imposed by the United States and its allies on Russia following the invasion of Ukraine may make the dollar less attractive as a reserve currency. Yes, that's right.
What's really behind the accumulation?
Yeah, because, okay, Russia is a large world power, and some other large world powers have sided with them, right? China, especially. So if we're using the dollar as a reserve currency and we're at war and putting these levies against Russia and their trade partners, then of course they're not going to want to use the dollar bill for the reserve. But when the war's over, you think BRICS will still be around in the currency they can't get launched?
Well, there are a few things. Number one, in 2019, the Bank of International Settlements, which is the most powerful bank on the planet, the central bank, they reclassified
Deb loves
gold as
anal.
the other tier 1 reserve asset. And, you know, our media...
Her name used to be Deb G. Anal.
Happening. They do no job. How many people really know that gold was reclassified tier 1? Since the end of World War II in Bretton Woods, there's been dollars and treasuries as tier 1 assets. And then there's gold. After 75 years nearly of it just being dollars and treasuries, why would the central bank, the most powerful bank on the planet, reclassify gold as tier 1? And interestingly enough, if you go back 2 years before that, to 2017, you know, when nobody wanted any gold, when people just wanted Bitcoin and you know, S&P 500 and buying Airbnbs to, you know, real estate all over the country to turn into investment houses, no one was buying any gold. And in fact, in 2017, most of the sales that the industry was receiving were people selling, not...
That's not true. Back in 2017, that's when everything kicked off with like gold rush and shit. Fucking gold was coming off an all-time high.
Buying. It was a very unusual time. But that's when the German Bundesbank made a very big deal about repatriating their gold from the New York Fed and the Bank of England. And within a few months of that happening, the Bank of Turkey, Hungary, Poland, the Czech National Bank, the Dutch National Bank, the Bank of Austria, all of these Eastern European banks said, yeah, we want our gold back too, by the way. And they said the same thing to the Bank of England. And in 2018, those same banks, most of which had been net sellers over the previous several years, bought more gold as a group than they did in the previous 60 years combined. In 2019, those numbers were almost up 100% by those same players. And then, lo and behold, it must have just been a coincidence. The BIS said, oh, by the way, gold is now a tier 1 asset. Makes you wonder, were they told, get your house in order, repatriate your gold and start buying it, here we go. And this has been a trend ever since that is accelerating. And yeah, as you were saying, 2022 was a huge year, and 2023 was as well. In fact, over the last 2.5 years, the central banks have bought more gold than at any time in history. And when you have a central...
This is in 2019. They reclassified it as tier 1.
Bank like the United States, Federal Reserve.
It was tier 2, I guess, or was it tier 3? Paper gold, unallocated golds are still tier 3, I think.
Who and the U.S. government, who find it appropriate to weaponize the dollar as the world reserve currency, it creates very, very, very big problems. And big problems in the respect that much of the world views us as being hypocritical.
All this stuff right here is going to tie into the Andi shit. The fear porn, if Andi really cared about any of these fucking people she's making $1 off of, that Phil just handed her entire fucking downline. But if she really cared about any of those people, she'd be telling them to buy bullion. If she believed this, bullion wherever you can get it. No one's going to want fucking collector coins when the economy crashes. If that's what they believe, if they think the economy's going to crash, the banks are going to go to zero, nobody's going to want fucking collector coins at 10 times fucking scrap value. The fuck out of here.
Where, for example, we can give $200 billion to the Ukraine, but Janet Yellen just does an interview.
The secret is no one wants those 7K collector coins anyways.
With CNBC and saying, we have now warned China, we have put them on notice that if they give any money whatsoever, even though they're charter members of BRICS and allies, if they give any money to Russia to aid in their war efforts with the Ukraine, we will not only sanction their companies and their banks, but also Beijing itself. Where Janet Yellen is so stupid, or maybe it's just too stupid to be stupid, maybe it's planned, where she goes into Brazil, the B in BRICS, just about 3 weeks ago and says, it's not enough to...
It has nothing to do, the tiers have nothing to do with how valuable something is. It's about stability, how stable it is as an asset.
Russian Forex reserves, we need to confiscate them and give them to the Ukraine. So when you look at U.S. treasuries, which not only...
Tier 1 is the safest tier for investments.
Haven't really done a whole lot because of the suppressed interest rates and then the...
Oh my God, he's on my nerves.
So look, we are already reverting to third world status.
Oh God.
You look at our airports being used throughout the world.
You want the dog to...
Being used throughout the world.
You want the dog to remain...
done a whole lot because of the suppressed interest rates and then the jack up of interest rates. Actually, the trend hasn't been so great recently. But when you look at the performance since 2000, gold has outpaced it tremendously.
I'm talking about our currency being used throughout the world.
You want the dog to remain the world's reserve currency.
Well, I think it's bigger than losing any war. I think if it doesn't, look, we are already reverting to third world status in many ways. You look at our airports.
We are in no way, shape, or form third world. If you've ever been to a third world country, I don't care. Show me the worst fucking ghetto in the United States. We are in no way, shape, or form reverting to third world.
You look at our terminals, you look at our filthy roads and broken roads and everything else. We're like a third world country. We have something.
We have airports. We have roads.
That's very powerful, and that's our dollar all over. But you take a look at what's happening to it now with other countries not using it, and China wants to replace it.
I hope so, Marty. I bought them all.
It was unthinkable with us. Unthinkable. It would never have happened. Now people are thinking about it. That could happen.
BRICS nations have the oil, they have the natural resources. They don't have to put up with it, and they're not going to put up with it. Remember, 2/3 of those hombres are not buddies, not friends of this constitutional republic we have.
We're harvesting more oil from ourselves than ever before.
Enemies or rubbing up on our enemies. Where does money come from? All this. And so it's a foreign concept to most people. But I mean, a dollar used to just be a promissory note. It was a promise that you could redeem that dollar for the equivalent in gold, right? That was what controlled and stabilized currencies. We don't have that anymore. And since 1971, we haven't had that, right? A gold-backed currency. So now your currency is backed by nothing other than the credibility of the issuing government.
You seen anybody on here that isn't on a fringe podcast? Like, have you seen anybody on here that is on a fringe podcast?
So you have to ask yourself the question, do you trust the government? And if the answer is no, then why would you trust their currency? Because it's the same thing.
I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to defend the dollar against the speculators. I directed Secretary Connolly to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States.
Oh my God, this video is way too long.
That it is now able to convert customers' deposits into digital blockchain-based tokens. Citi says that this isn't a service that you will have to sign up for, even if you want to use it. There's nothing you need to do because it's already built in.
Why would banks want to implement cryptocurrencies within themselves, right? Why would they want to implement cryptocurrency systems within their banking app? Because there's fees to be paid.
Into the payment settlement system. For now, Citi rolled out the pilot for its commercial customers only, but it may be safe to assume that since the system and the infrastructure are already in place, digital deposit tokens may soon be launched for non-business consumers. According to Bloomberg, JP Morgan is exploring private blockchain-based deposit tokens for payment settlement. In the case with large banks, the digital blockchain system is fully 100% controlled.
The Chinese economy is much smaller, so the world economy will have less of a...
Jesus Christ, when's this from?
So if you move forward...
2009.
It has in the last 25 years. But China will be the engine, the decline in the value of the dollar.
Also, we have the... That's a real crypto and a fake crypto. Just give me one of these for $35. I'm a lot happier. Yeah, you can't print this, you can't start it, you can't...
$35 or $350, and it's got some color on it, and it's still worth $35. Which one? Huh? Which one do you think?
You can't print this thing. And you can't print this. And 1,000 years from now...
This is the guy that wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad or whatever, and basically wrote the book on MLMs.
This will still be gold.
Every MLM I've ever seen associated with anything at all, they recommend reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
1,000 years from now, this will still be silver. And so my question to you today for this Rich Dad Radio show, this is fake money. Believe it or not, this is fake money. It looks like a Kennedy $half, but if you lift it up this way, it's fake. It's copper. This started in 1964. This little fake $half is now worth $10, but it's fake. This here is real silver. It's about $35.
Wait, that fake one is worth $10, but it's a $half? Sounds like a pretty good investment.
Not that much. Everybody can afford $35. And this...
So that 20 times return on its face value?
Here is real gold. And we don't give investment advice, but right now I would do my best to get your head out of you-know-what and stop working hard and saving this stuff here.
We don't give investment advice, but I do have multiple partners in precious metals, and I would never invest in the dollar bill, but we don't give investment advice.
This is fake. This is fake. This is real. And this is real. Good luck to you all.
We watched the guy that exposed the scams. Right?
The one final note I will make is that if you think about the benefits of digital money, there are huge potential gains. It's not just...
I don't even care if you buy gold and silver. You should be buying, if you think this is going to happen, this is probably a good investment. Even if you don't think this should happen. I've got silver here at the studio that I buy. I don't have any gold. I got some silver bullion. But that's what you should be buying. Bullion. The premium on collectibles in a bad economy goes to zero. If you've ever watched, one of the things you can take away from the Pawn Stars show, any of those pawn shop shows, a lot of that shit's fake. But one thing they do tell you is that the collectible, when people grow up and they remember stuff from their childhood, in a good economy, there's no limit sometimes to the amount they'll play to get their old video game, their old tennis shoes, their old bicycle, their old toy they used to play with. When the economy's shit, there is no premium on collectibles. Nobody will fucking buy them. Nobody will fucking buy them. And the scam is, they tell you that these are collectible quality. They just set the fucking price as whatever they want. We only made 500 of them. Who gives a fuck? The only people that want them are in my downline or in my upline because they have to buy them to look like. And some of these people are smarter than that. Andi doesn't strike me as dumb, but she does strike me as someone that would do anything to make money, which is exactly what she's doing.
About digital forms of physical currency, you can have programmability. Units of central bank currency with expiry dates. You could have, as I argue in my book, a potentially better and some people might see a darker world where the government decides that units of central bank money can be used to purchase some things, but not other things that it deems less desirable, like say ammunition or drugs or pornography or something of the sort. And that is very powerful in terms of the use of a CBDC, and I think also extremely dangerous for central banks, because ultimately, if you have different units of central bank money with different characteristics, or if you use central bank money as a conduit for...
We could all end up living in Fallout, and you have to use bottle caps to pay for everything. How many bottle caps have you stored? if there is this catastrophic failure, how do people even know that gold is going to be the thing that people fall back on? What if it's fucking ammunition? And it doesn't matter how much fucking gold you got. Nobody would even, a fucking treasure chest full of gold wouldn't buy you a 12-gauge shotgun shell.
Economic policies in a very targeted way, or more broadly for social policies, that could really affect the integrity of central bank money and the integrity and independence of central banks. So there are wonderful notions of things that can be done with digital money, but again, I fear that technology could take us to a better place, but equally
I don't know, Marty. What do you know about that?
has a potential to take us to a pretty dark place.
A key difference with the CBDC is that central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability.
Of course, with a central bank digital currency, a CBDC, the central bank will have control of it. That's like saying the sheriff's department cars, the sheriff's department drives them. Yeah, right. The city buses that run to the bus stops, the city owns them. Got it. Understood.
The nature of money is going to change quite dramatically.
Dude, I saw the craziest thing. Someone just said, did someone say tinfoil and a blowy will probably go far? I saw the funniest thing. I don't know how to search fucking post on Twitter either. What was the account it was from? It was this picture of this kid, right? It was like a little baby, and he was like giving like a thumbs up to the camera, and it said, "Shout out to all my other tinfoil hat wearers. The next generation is glad that you're taking a stance against human trafficking."
of trust and of ownership will have to adapt radically.
This is Richard Werner, the top academic scholar in the world on central banking. He wrote the book and did the documentary, The Princes of the Yen, about the Japanese central bank. Here he is in Malmo, Sweden.
I wish there was a way to search keywords on Twitter and filter by posts that they know you've seen, because they know every post you scroll by. That you can do that on Facebook. If I search like the keyword, like, I don't know, pit bull, right? I saw a pit bull for sale or something, and then I hit posts you've seen, it'll only go through posts that I've already scrolled through.
The nature of the CBDC, what is it actually going to look like? They never talk about that. Right. But I heard one European central banker tell me what it's going to look like. He saw it, and it was around this.
No, it doesn't. We just talked about that. They can run both of them simultaneously, and I'm already in a cashless society. I don't fucking use cash. And I would say most people don't either. Is your debit card cash? When you pay all your bills online, is that cash?
It's this large and would be implanted under your skin.
CBDC. If that happens, we're done. My name is General Mike Flynn, and I want everyone to know that I stand fully behind Beverly Hills Precious Metals and its owner, Andrew Sorchini, a great friend of mine.
Sweet. Another fucking ad read.
We are facing one of the greatest periods of financial uncertainty in American history, and now is the time to organize your finances, seriously consider.
I'm not old enough to be scared of fucking debit cards and banking online. You'll have to find an older age group
How you can take care of yourself
to be terrified.
Start making some serious decisions.
Since my name is Cash, I'm
I keep one $100 bill for good cocaine. That's it.
constantly worried about inflation. But to secure your cash going forward, buy into gold and silver today. Go to bh-pm.com today so you can go.
Is the value of silver or gold the same around the world? Basically, I mean, like, if we're talking about like bullion, yeah, basically, like the market's pretty set. There are people who will, the same way, now I've heard this, I don't know if it's true, but the same way they trade stocks when certain stock markets are closed or trade them against time zones, they do the same thing with gold and silver with minute changes when the market updates. So like if I buy $1 million worth of silver right now and it's 3 cents lower than it's going to be in Japan when the market updates or whatever, then I wait for Japan to open and sell it all. I've heard there's people that do that. But you have to have big money in it to do that. But yeah, it's basically set. Like there is a melt price. If you're talking about raw gold, I'm sure you could get it a lot fucking cheaper in a country that's digging it out of the ground if you buy it straight from the miners. But it still has to be refined into something.
Buy gold and silver and secure your family's future. bh-pm.com. Call Beverly Hills Precious Metals, get your consultation, buy into gold and silver, just like I'm doing today, and help secure your family's future.
There you go. Secure. This is another ad. About half of these videos are ad reads. About half these were ad reads. But that's not a difference in price on what the value is. That's because they're buying it all up, right? That's a demand swing. So yeah, I guess technically there could be difference, but yeah, that's a fucking demand swing. They're trying to buy a shit ton of it up in Shanghai. So yeah, I guess technically there could be if that's where you want to buy it and sell it at. A lot of people are selling futures against it. There was one guy that lost his ass. There's a big news story. Hold on just a second. Let's see if I can find it. That was selling futures and then they couldn't deliver. I think Sage actually covered it. The price index versus could be declined. The opposite took place at Shanghai futures. Shanghai futures silver inventories bottom on August 18th at 233 metric tons. They continue to grow over the past 3 months. The president at 528 metric tons. Thus, silver inventories after the Shanghai exchange more than doubled since August 20th, while the COMEX inventories continue to decline. That's the difference in COMEX holding a spot price for a sale and Shanghai trying to buy it up. Because their inventories were at an all-time low starting in, what's this, January? Oh, shit. No, that's January of 2020? Is that when their all-time low was? Dollar retreat. Okay, here we go. /69. $70.72. Oh, this is against futures. Open interest. Sorry, I'm looking up prices. Hold on. Silver futures, silver options. Silver options, silver futures, silver options were listed December 26, 2022. Silver futures, contract size. These are all against futures and options. None of these are against physical silver like melt price. Does the Shanghai exchange only do futures? Is a futures exchange in Shanghai, China formed amalgamation of national levels of futures of China? No, the paper market influences the spot price. The paper market does not decide the spot price. quantity and price items to be sold in stone. Sorry, I'm still looking. The spot price is ever-changing market price for silver bought or sold on a silver commodity exchange for immediate payment and delivery. It is determined heavily by the price of silver futures contracts and is also used as a guideline for what price is set on physical silver, but is not solely determined by that when being sold to investors. Are agreed in three ways: auction price, spot price, and auction price, spot price, and futures contract price. The UK, the silver auction price per day via auction through the ICE Benchmark Association, the IBA, is typically used to dealers like bullion by post for large transactions. Under a spot price contract, the price is set by a silver trader at the time of the deal being agreed to. The silver spot price is not the price of silver in high street jewelers. This is a secondary market price of silver outside the commodities market. Futures contracts are an agreement to buy and sell silver at a set price on a future day of the exchange. In order to fully understand how the silver spot price is set, investors need some understanding on how futures contracts work and the derivatives markets operate. Future contracts are a binding agreement to buy and sell for a specified price on a set date. They are traded on the silver derivatives market, which is separate from the actual silver commodities market. The largest of the world derivatives markets is Chicago Mercantile Exchange, or CME, or COMEX. What is the COMEX price? $26.78. I just want to see what the difference is. Oh, 27. It can't be that big of a difference. Brent oil, Shanghai. July 24 futures. Sorry. I just want to see the difference in prices. I know it's different because they're buying a shit ton of it, but I don't know how much different it is. What is this in ones? S100, 26,940, 26,451. It's a big spread. If you have the money, instant arbitrage opportunities. And future prices. Okay, bar chart. Intraday. So, but this is for what? Oh my God, the Shanghai market's so fucking confusing. National level, Shanghai Futures Exchange, fuel oil, Shanghai Futures Exchange data. $3 higher. I just wanted to see the goddamn thing. Exchange use. Sorry, I'm still looking. Can I not see just side by side? Jesus Christ. $7,053 down 51 down 51 or 0.72%. Oh God, a black screen. Hold on. I don't know why it does that randomly. 7,053. I don't know if it's an overheating problem or what. Singapore dollar. South Korean, Sullivan. What is S the currency of when it just says S? Does anybody know? Is tanking and I blame Will? Well, you're in China, so you'll be safe. The dollar sign, nope. The pound is an E. World currency symbols. Dollar sign, peso sign, capital S crossed with two lines. That's not what I'm looking for. Sterling? I don't think that's it. I don't know. I'm about to give up because the show's getting boring. Anyways, it's higher in the Shanghai Exchange. Jesus fucking Christ. How hard can it be to confine? Why does somebody make a website? Shanghai Futures Exchange. Silver price. All right, let's see this. In Israel, the shekel maybe. Not North Korea. Basically North Korea. The pound is not an E. It's a, yeah, but this was describing them. Like it was describing them in text base. It was saying like the dollar sign is an S with the like two slashes through it. Then it was saying the pound sign was in the shape of a capital E, but with curly Q's and shit on it. Precious China versus U.S. in 2013. I don't care about 2013. CME Group. $26,785, down 6.16% at COMEX. Daily trade volume, Jesus Christ. Options volume 56,517. Futures volume 227,833. That was just on April 12th. It's the trading rate is in a downward trend. It looks like the daily volume contract unit is 5,000 troy ounces. So if we go to back to here. Oh, nope, here. What's your currency you use in China there, Atsuko? Juan's. Nine, 7, 4. Hold on. I'm almost to the bottom of it. 974.52. Divided by 32, 30, 30, 31, 3184. 3184 compared to 20. What did we say Comex had it at? 27 something? 20. So it's like $4. Damn, that's actually, well, it's like 380 something. 360 something. 368 was the difference whenever I just got these numbers from. I didn't even check to see that they were from today or from yesterday. So there you go. We figured it out, chat. Everybody give themselves a pat on the back. Maybe. Unless that was yesterday. Is the Shanghai market open at Tsuko? What time is it there? Anyways, back to Andi. Back to Phil. So Phil is obviously no one gives Phil a break on his relentless shilling of silver, right? And it's not even silver that you want. It is collectible silver. It is collectible silver. If the economy goes, let me ask you this. If you can't afford to buy food, do you think you would buy a collectible, an antique chair? Do you think, if you can't buy food, do you think you would spend your money on an antique rocking chair? Do you think you'd spend your money on a vintage gaming system? Do you think you would buy classic baseball cards? That'll be worth, even if I told you, let's say you cannot afford food, and I have a baseball card that I promise you will be worth 100 times what it's worth right now if you just hold on to it for 20 years. Would that be a good investment? So even if what they're predicting to happen happens, collectibles are not going to be worth shit. They're not going to be worth any money. They're not. You're not going to have, collectibles have a premium, okay? And this is even if these things were collectible to a mass audience. Collectibles have a premium. And that premium is what someone's willing to pay for it to hold it, to have it, right? When that premium is crushed, when people can't afford basic necessities, no one is going out without any money, without any food, without any way to pay their light bill, and buying collectibles on the fucking Antique Roadshow. No one is. Why would they? Who would? Even if you do buy that collectible, let's say I sell you a collectible for $10. You barely have enough money to pay your bills, to buy food, and I sell you a collectible for $10, and I tell you, like, oh, it'll be worth a lot of money one day. Hang on to this. And then next week, you can't pay your bills. Next week, you can't pay your bills, and you need to sell it. Who are you going to sell it to? So even if you were going to buy silver or gold or any precious metal, you would want to be buying bullion that's set near the spot price. Now, these people will lie to you and tell you that the money's going to be worth this much. It's going to be worth $50,000 an ounce. It's going to be that. And maybe Andi didn't say that, but she sort of sat there and shook her fucking head the whole time it was coming out of Phil's mouth, right? Phil, you're going to see in a minute where she's like, that's one of the reasons I left Phil's team. I believe that we should be working hard. I don't want any dead weight over here. If you're not willing to work, there's a reason I left Phil's team. Oh, really? After he put everybody below you? After he brought you in on the top? That seems kind of weird, no? Like you were already at the top. And that's when you decided like, oh, we only take people that's going to work hard. I think one of the nefarious things that she did was this post. Let me see if I can find it. So first of all, she was one of Phil's most notorious mods, banning people, muting people. You couldn't question Phil. You couldn't ask anything of Phil. You couldn't say anything negative about Phil. She was literally one of those mods. It's still one of her good friends. Is Phil's top mod, OG mod, whatever, Sherry Glore, right? Andi was one of the people when I said Sherry Glore looked like she was fucking anorexic. That's like, hey, can you make a retraction? I don't know. The fuck out of here. So she was one of the most notorious mods to do shit like that. Next, she's sitting there. When I spoke to Andi one-on-one, she told me that towards the end, she knew a bunch of Phil's stuff was bullshit. But she was just like, well, whatever. The fuck does that mean? Well, whatever. So you knew Phil's stuff was bullshit, but you were just, whatever. Weird. Here's a post from Andi. This is one of the worst things I think she said. It's pretty selfish of anyone to complain about what Phil does or does not say here. His intel does not come from a fire hose, and the majority of what he does know cannot be shared. Oh, really? You're running defense? You're running defense for Phil? It's kind of weird. Why do you assume he is making choices about what to share? If it is, if it's something we can and should know, he will tell us. Now listen, why would it benefit Andi for Phil to do more 7K lives? Because that's how she makes her fucking money. That's how she makes her fucking money. Of course she wants Phil to do 7K lives. And if you're complaining about him, she wants you to shut the fuck up. She wants you to shut the fuck up. Listen what she says. Have you stopped to think for a moment that his lives about 7K might actually be intel? No. No one should ever think that. No one should ever think that the lives he does, getting people to sign up for 7K, which directly benefits you at the top of the pyramid. I know it benefits a lot of other people, right? But they're all at the bottom of the pyramid. You're at the top of the pyramid. Have you stopped to think for a moment that his lives about 7K might actually be intel? Truth is that they are. And many of his followers are too annoyed and put out to realize that. So she vouches for Phil's intel and says that his 7K, the streams he does exclusively about signing members up for 7K, where she directly benefits 1 degree of separation from Phil's businesses in 7K, not to mention her husband also benefits and her best friend benefits. It's weird your husband's right there in executive gold. That's strange. Jason Osick, Andi Osick, whatever. Kind of weird that you directly benefit and you're telling people that there's hidden intel in his lives. She told me personally that when Phil said that he was going to buy his billboards all around the Where's Phildo bullshit, right? We were calling him Phildo and he was trying to take that name over. This was years before fucking the cocaine line showed up. That she knew it was bullshit. And as soon as she got off the live stream, that Phil told her it was bullshit. Did she tell anybody that? Did she go and be like, hey, we're not doing the billboards. Phil told us this is bullshit. No, she just now grew a heart on Christmas fucking Eve like the Grinch. And now she wants to save people from Phil. And now she wants to come forward. And now she wants to be part of a movie. And now she wants to... in the groups she's allowed in the groups that Andi's allowed in, you're not allowed to talk shit about 7K. But they all know that 7K is a fucking bullshit. Are they doing anything illegal? Absolutely not. Are they selling you way, 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 way overpriced metals that won't benefit you if the coming bank apocalypse happens? Yes, 100%. Did you know that the founders of 7K went elk hunting with Trump Jr. last month? At least that was the story. So she insinuates that 7K is getting intel from Trump Jr. on elk hunts, and then Phil's giving it out while advertising 7K. Lots going on, and Phil is sharing plenty. You just keep turning your head because it isn't wrapped up in the package you want it to be in. No, you just keep people boxed into this corner of where they hear 7K, so they sign up under you or Todd. That's how it works, right? That's the legs. You or Todd. If she really cared about this, she told me, I can't leave my downline hanging. Well, you're fucking milking them dry right now. She says that she knew SG Anon way before he became SG Anon, and she knew he was a good man. And he almost joined the military, but had to have an experimental surgery that the recruiter was going to do on him. SG Anon peddles her bullshit. Why are you in a chat that's dedicated to busting grifters, and she owes her entire downline, maybe not now, but from the point she separated, she owes her entire downline to Phil. Not to mention, and she'll say, oh, well, my downline signed people up. Sure. How many people would you have had below you without Phil's audience? How many of those downlines that signed people up would have even been under you in the first place without Phil's reach? How many people you think that would benefit? What do you think? How many would you have? Where would they be at? The only way to make such a fucking rocket to the top of a pyramid is to have a gigantic audience that listens to your every word. Andi doesn't have a gigantic audience. She didn't have an audience at all. So without Phil's audience, she would have nothing. And she's going to say, but I quit my job. Okay. Don't be fucking dumb and quit your job. You're the one who quit your job to go work for Phil. Oh, he's making 6 figures. You should have kept that fucking job. Anyways, let's get back to it here. She says, no more complaining. I will start banning negativity if these comments continue. Kind of weird. Doesn't sound like a very healthy discussion of ideas, does it? She made a post, literally that says, Phil's, everybody's mad about Phil shilling 7K, which I directly benefit from. How about there's some hidden intel in there because Trump Jr. allegedly, according to the story, hunts elk with the owners of 7K. So there's intel in there. And by the way, if you complain, I will ban you. What? What the hell is wrong with you? No more complaining. I will start banning negativity if these comments continue, because all it does is turns others away from what we should all be looking towards. No, it turns others away from 7K, the pyramid where you make your money and you put yourself there. Phil didn't put you there. He gave you all the following. He put you up higher, but you made the decision to quit your job. You made the decision to go work for Phil and design his websites and be his 7K member. If you truly cared about any of your following, and by the way, people will say, but 7K sells bullion. It does. 7K does sell bullion, and it's pretty close to spot price plus a little bit of a premium. The problem is, if you want to be one of their 7, it doesn't count for any points. 0 points. It doesn't count for your autosaver. It doesn't count for anything. So signing up to be to start a business with 7K, it's disenfranchised to buy their bullion because they want to sell you their overpriced collector coins. Where is that? What was that video? I can't remember what it was under. Gold. It was a good video. There was 2 of them. One that Nick Alvear shared, and another one that we watched. And it was about, does anybody remember what the name of it was? It was about Republicans signing up for their, even Fox News was being sued for it, signing up for these IRAs and these special coins, 3% match. I can't remember what it was. Oh, God, financial prepper. Jesus Christ. You guys remember the link to or what the title of it was? These people were just losing tons of money doing these, being told that these, it doesn't directly relate, okay? It's more about the IRAs and shit, 401ks, IRAs. The problem is they're telling you, we minted these coins. We only minted so many of them. They've got a pyramid or the queen or the space landing on them, and they're worth lots of money, let me tell you. The gold 401ks and IRAs do the same thing, except they tell you that theirs is collectible quality. No, they say investment quality. There's a limited number of them that they're going to be worth more money. That's why Phil's IRA company is, you call them to get your actual value. They won't put it on your accounts. You can't log in and see how much money you actually have. You have to call them to get the actual balance. Oh, see you, Thomas. Kind of weird, huh? You got to call them to get your actual balance. The balance they literally show you where you've lost 20, 30, 40% is not your actual balance. It's weird. She also talks about the vicious attacks against SG Anon. She's the one that convinced him to come forward because people were viciously attacking him. You know who was viciously attacking him and who outed him as who he fucking some retard in Kentucky? That was me. That was me. We weren't viciously attacking him. We were showing him for who he was. He was trying to say that he had some type of connection to the military because he almost joined, but he was supposed to get. He told me, this motherfucker told me that he almost joined the military, but he needed an experimental surgery that the military recruiter was going to pay for. That does not happen, okay? They don't need you that bad. There's 200 people behind you in line. They're not doing an experimental surgery that they fucking pay for so you can sign up for the military. Are you fucking retarded? You're lying through your teeth, Kentucky guy. Here's a post from Andi. Oh, look. The midnight hour is upon us, and my haters have crawled out to shame me. I shouldn't have to say this, but any 7K members I still have joined in 2021 and are happy enough that they have renewed twice. Today, our bullion silver eagles were $32. They were $31 at JM Bullion. Is that a... Yeah, but I got to pay $500 a year and have an autosaver plan turned on. And you're more expensive. Is that a check for 7K? You know what? You know what Andi was most upset about when Phil started advertising Goldco? I'll let you guess. Put in the chat what Andi personally told me. I have the receipts too. What she personally told me she was most upset about when Phil started advertising Goldco for IRA, 401k, precious metal IRAs. I'll continue reading this. You guys can guess. Today our bullion silver eagles were 32. They were 31 at JM. So first of all, you don't get points on these to qualify as a business on these silver bullions, but there's still $1 more than anybody can buy from JM Bullion. I can. I recently bought some at 28. Not terrible. Sometimes less and sometimes more. Sure he did. Many of our members earn a bit of commission on referrals. If you are telling people to buy silver anyways, you should be. Well, we get some of the best buybacks. I recently got $6 over spot on a sale. Plus, we have cool numismatics if that's your thing. That's the only thing that you qualify for. That's the only thing that you qualify for, that you qualify for points for to build, to qualify to get a paycheck from 7K. So if you're doing this as a business, you have to do the collectible coins. Kick me out of the group if this isn't allowed. I've been slandered repeatedly for the past year because I walked away from someone who dared to speak about it. No, I'm not slandering you because you walked away from Phil. I'm speaking about how you claim you're doing this for your downline while you're actually draining their fucking wallet. I don't know. I can't. All I can tell you is what they told me 6 months ago when I was talking to both of them. Yes, I earned a commission from 7K. I also walked away from a 6-figure salary. Walked away from it. Is that my problem? Is that my problem? So now I should say, well, Andi quit her job at 6-figure salary, $200,000 a year, whatever. So she should be allowed to do 7K. And when we get mad at Phil for doing 7K, we shouldn't get mad at Andi for doing the exact same thing. It's weird. Walked away from a 6-figure salary and went through more than most could imagine to get to where I am. She's a boss babe. She's a CEO in stilettos. I hate her fucking attitude. I pray for you and the haters. Hope you never get screwed and judged for it like I... Screwed? You basically had a machine that all you had to do was sign people. You didn't have to find them. All you had to do is sign people up that put you at presidential gold, making $12,500 a week, and you got screwed? Talk to my team. They defend me every day. God bless them and their faith in me as a leader. I don't deserve it, but we're family because of it. Well, does your family usually have to pay a yearly amount plus have autosaver turned on to be your family? Do you charge your family $500 a year plus have 3 autosaver coins every month to be your family? Is that how you decide who your family is? That's weird. Yes, everything went below them. Everything. Her and Todd. And she likes to complain that, like, Todd was like the money leg or like the profit leg, and she was like the bank leg that just had to keep up with certain levels for him to qualify. So she was on the worst of the 2 legs. It didn't fucking matter when everybody's sitting at presidential gold, including your husband. Andi was most upset with Phil about going to Goldco. The question I just asked you guys, because she said 7K has an IRA rollover to precious metals, and we all could have benefited from it. Benefit how? Financially. They all could have got a cut if they were signing up people for their rollover with 7K, but because he went to a company and didn't take them with them, didn't put them getting a paycheck down the line, she was mad that he went to Goldco. He could have went to 7K where we're all here making money. Yeah, not only lead after lead, but they were qualified leads who were already interested. It's different than getting like a cold lead, like a sheet of numbers and email addresses, right? These were people that watched Phil, trusted Phil, went to the website, stated that they had interest in joining 7K, were already warm to the idea, if not hot leads. And then all they had to do was call them and sign them up. This is what I used to do, and they would pay me tons of money to do this for car lots. I would find someone. I used a pretty advanced chat bot. They didn't know they were talking to a bot, but they were. And then I would take over at a certain point. But basically, I would have an ad running that said that we worked with this local car lot or many local car lots for people with subprime credit, right, below 620. And we could get just about anybody financed as long as they had a paycheck and probably with 0 down payments, as long as they had their job for at least a year. And then I would say, just shoot us a message and we can have you in a brand new to you car by the end of the day. They would send a message. It would ask them if they were interested in buying a car. They would say yes. It would ask them if they had found a car or brand or describe it, what type of car they were looking for, right? It would ask them, the bot would ask them if they've been working a job for a year and if they had pay stubs for that. The bot would ask them what their gross income was. The bot would ask them to estimate their credit score. And then I would hop in as if they never knew they were talking to a bot. I would hop in, hands-on, and ask them, the bot would ask them when they were available to come pick up their new car, basically, right, their new used car. And then I would come in and tell them that they have an appointment with, one of my good guys, Jason, down at such and such a dealership. He knows all about you. He's gonna do everything he can to get you in a ride. Blah, blah, blah. It's tomorrow at 3 p.m. And then I would send that to the auto dealers CBD department, their business management department, and I would send it to them. And they would already have someone that was looking for a car. They knew basically their credit score, or at least guessed it. They knew how much they made. They knew they had their job for at least a year. They knew they had subprime credit deal. They knew they were looking for a car that was this much or newer. They knew they were looking for a Dodge or a Ford or a Chevrolet or an import. They knew that the biggest thing they were worried about is they had to have 4 seats. They knew everything about this. And I was sent, the reason they paid me so much money is because it wasn't just like, who's looking for a car today? Come drive down to the dealership. It was literally people that were primed to buy a car, needed a car, We knew every detail. We knew what we'd have to work through. We knew the hurdles we'd have to jump. We knew what kind of car they want. I did the salesman's job, except I put them on the lot there. They would pay me tons of money for that. Tons of money to do that. That's what Phil's website did, right? They watch Phil. They believe Phil. They go to Phil's website. They're wanting to sign up. They put in their information. They tell you they want to sign up. They tell you if they want to sign up, how much money they have, how much money they have savings, how likely they are to buy silver or gold. They tell you everything about it. And then all you have to do is call them and give them the details. I bet you they closed fucking 70% of people who sign up on that website, which is a huge number. You're usually looking at like fucking 5% or 2%. When I used to cold call dealerships to get that set up, I was like 2.5% from like closing it, which was amazing. Some people were like less than 1%. Cold calling dealerships. I bet you they signed up 70% of people. It's insane. All that was just handed to her because she was close enough to Phil, built his website, did that shit. Goldco doesn't really do, they just call it precious metals, I'm pretty sure. A precious metals IRA. I think it's a mixture depending on how close they can get to the dollar value. Then she goes on to say, okay, and something that like 90% of members purchasing from a network marketing company are just buyers. 90% of members purchasing from a network marketing company are just buyers. So she's telling you most people don't sign up to be a business. They're just buyers. The reason that 90% of people that sign up for an MLM or that use an MLM are just buyers is because they're your friends and family that want to support you, that love you, that want to help you, but they're not signing up for a fucking MLM because they're not retarded. Okay? If you sell Amway, they're the people who buy the all-organic cleaning product that works in 15 different rooms in your home. They don't really fucking want it. They're like, I bought it last month, and that's my second cousin's. You know, if it helps them out, whatever. That's why. Most people know that they're not going to be able to sign up 3,000 people below them to make bronze. You know what I'm saying? Something like 90% of members purchasing from a network marketing company are just buyers. I'm fine with that. Buy the can opener. Buy the silver. We will teach you what we know so you feel confident in your purchases. If they're teaching you, there has to be some truth, right? Nobody wants to be taught a fucking lie.
I got a small dick, but wait till it get home. She gonna be like, damn, shit, my God.
Her and her husband together are making $1.3 million a year, and she said she got screwed. Yeah, she got screwed into purchasing a new property in Missouri. You know, new house, new car, traveling the world, jet setting. She got screwed right into that. It's crazy. If they're going to teach you what they know, the thing that they should be teaching you is not to buy fucking collectibles. There's two different things here. If you want to preach market collapse, then you need to be telling people to buy bullion and food. If you want to preach collectible coins, then fine. Sell people on collectible coins. You won't get as many people, right? Because most people that are in collectible coins know a little bit about collectible coins, and it's not going to work out very well when they see what 7K is selling. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. 7K is all around fucked up, okay? If you're buying high-end collectible coins, which these are, they're not super expensive, but a couple $100 for an ounce of silver is pretty high-end to me. If you're buying high-end collectible coins, you should know what you're doing. You should know everything about the collectible coins. You should know you're looking for a deep cameo, or you're looking for the fucking head to be facing this way and no mint marks or double stamped or whatever, right? You should know about it. But they market themselves to people who know nothing about silver. They market themselves as an easy way to get into silver. If you know nothing about it, you just turn on autosaver. The coins just show up. We pick them for you. We send them to you, blah, blah, blah. Because if they marketed themselves to people who buy high-end collectible coins, those people are not dumb enough to buy these collector coins and pay a yearly fee and a autosaver. They just go out and buy the collectible coins, right? So they want to sign up people that know nothing, but they're selling them a product that should not be sold to people who know nothing. And the people who should be buying that product would never sign up for it. If you want a business, you have to work for it, period. If you came to my team looking to get rich for nothing, I showed you the door. I'm looking for team players, not leeches. So Phil built an audience of millions of people. You got your downline from Phil doing his show every day, and you had to call and sign them up, right? After they were smoking hot fucking leads, all you had to do was close those. But you want people who really to work their fucking face into the ground. Not just get rich for someone else hosting a show and signing you up and signing other people up underneath you. You gotta work it hard, right? Exactly. They want to pressure. MLMs are very, very high pressure. Not only do they tell you, like, you got to be out there and sell. You need to be talking to 200 people a day. You need to be doing this. You need to come to all our meetings. You need to go to all our events. You got to go out to Charlotte to hear this member speak, and you got to see this presentation, blah, blah, blah. You got to buy tapes. A lot of them do tapes or books or something, audios. You got to do your audios. You got to do this. You need to sell to your family and friends. Anytime you're at school picking up your kids, there's 200 people there you could talk to. Or if you're at the dentist's office or you're doing this, you're at work, you need to do. Not only is it high pressure like that, but it's exclusionary. If you're not signing enough people up, it's like you're not in their friend group, right? They're close friends with closers. If you're not signing enough people up, if you're not doing enough, if they don't believe you're working hard enough, you're not their friend either. Every dime that Andi has made, she can thank Phil. I don't give a fuck if she says, well, I signed up 500 people in my downline after I left Phil, or 10,000 people. Yeah, but the people that are signing those people up that were signed up for the people before, your first fucking 10,000 were handed to you, Andi. Now listen, I'm looking for team players, not leeches. I left Phil's team for a reason, because you were the leech. You were the leech. You didn't leave Phil's team for a reason. You were dismissed from Phil's team for a reason. And the reason was that you encouraged someone that was going after Todd. Phil wanted you all to prepare to be a united front. You had issues with Todd, whatever they may be. Some of the ones I saw was that he called you buddy once, and you're a badass CEO superwoman, and it's demeaning to call anybody buddy. What? Tiger Wangel. Sorry. I was punching, it just slipped out. And because you undermined that, you were asked to leave, to separate, to do something different. You didn't just pop up on Phil's radar and say, Phil, you're full of shit. I'm doing my own thing. Nope. Nope. There's a gigantic falling out. Then suddenly you had your own thing. You were the leech. My team now knows that they have to put in some effort if they want commission. Now, what were they doing before? Oh, right. Phil was getting everybody to pre-qualify themselves, and then you were calling and just closing them. But now we have to put in a little work if they want a little effort if they want commission. They also know our team will support them at every single step. Let me ask you something. let's say you were going to start a trucking company, okay? Let's say you're going to start a trucking company, and I came to you and said, hell, I have a trucking company. I have 500 trucks. Here's what I'll do. I'll give you 200 trucks. I'll find 200 drivers that you just have to interview and put in the trucks. I'll give you all the freight. I'll cover your fuel for the first 2 years. I'll set up all the routes. I'll set up all the electronics. I'll get you your DOT inspections and your numbers and everything that requires to be a truck driver. And I'll get you set up with these 200 trucks, and you start going, and you're making millions of dollars with this truck driving company, right? You're making millions of dollars. I set you up with 200 trucks. You're ready to go. You're making millions of dollars. Then suddenly we have a falling out, and I'm like, well, keep the trucks, keep the drivers, keep everything. You know, that's all yours. I gave it to you free of charge. And you're like, I got screwed over. I've been screwed up. It's just because of my hard work that I'm here, and they tried to screw me over, and I won't stand for it. We know how hard we have to work around here, guys. Not buddy or cunt. That's right. New update. But I set up all your business. And you're like, yeah, well, let me tell you what he really does. He thinks this and he did that. And I think you should make a movie about it. And then this trucking company also, unbeknownst to a lot of people, is screwing people over. My trucking company is screwing people over, and your trucking company is screwing people over. And you say, that guy who gave me all my trucks, they're really screwing people over. You wouldn't believe it. Yeah, y'all run the exact same business. I would believe it. I believe both you guys are doing it. I think so. Right? Is that what's going on? My teams knows they have to put in some effort if they want commission. Now knows they have to put in some effort if they want commission. They also know our team will support them at every single step. I'm not going to screw you over the way Phil screwed me over. I won't screw over my team the way Phil screwed me over. Phil screwed me over, got me and my husband making $1.3 million a year, that son of a bitch. I think I'll go and expose that guy. What? You can say all you want that you gave up a 6-figure job. Yeah, because you and your husband were raking in 7 fucking figures. You won't believe this, guys. I lost $10 today, and this dirty son of a bitch come up to me and handed me $1,000. That motherfucker, I could have spit right in his eye. Yeah, that sounds awful. You lost your $10 and someone handed you $1,000. That sounds horrible. Sure hope that never happens to me. If that makes me a user, grifter, tailcoat rider, whatever. And here's the grift. I know who I am. God and others see me clearly as well. God knows. God knows she's selling God's money. God knows she's selling God's money. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. God knows what's going on here. Fuck it. God damn. Andi told someone to reach out to me and let me know that she hardly ever hits presidential gold anymore. Okay. Am I supposed to feel bad because you left a 6-figure job for a 7-figure job? Is that something I should be upset about? Well, she hardly ever hits presidential gold anymore. She's just building up slowly with our silver lines. By the way, I bought the merch. Wasn't impressed. Okay, not super impressed. Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to make a public heartfelt farewell to one of our PSI team members, Andi Osick, has chosen to leave PSI and continue her business at 7K Metals without backing or supporting my PSI team. I guess you could say Andi did technically leave, I guess, but basically it was because she refused to mend this and apologize. Phil even requested the chat logs between them. And wanted to go through all of it and see every word that was doing it, and she was in the wrong, and she wasn't going to back down. He called me buddy. I wish Andi and her team a fond farewell and a strong wish of good luck in regards to competing with my PSI team and our downline. For those that remain, so all she really lost is the leads that come in through Phil Silver. And she started a website just like it and got SG Anon on the hook. Many changes are coming, including our new nationwide marketing campaign, digital market campaign, and many other marketing endeavors that have yet to be announced. You want to know why I think Phil isn't pushing 7K like he used to and he didn't do this marketing and shit? Phil's maxed out. Phil's maxed out at 7K. It doesn't matter how much more work he puts into it. He's already got himself and all the people that he wants to be presidential gold. Why would he do more? You know what I mean? He has to push hard enough to keep the people below him or the turnover going through. But why would he push harder? He can't get more money. We will also be making additions to our mod team here on Telegram in anticipation of many new members coming into the channel. These changes will take place in the coming days. New moderators will be introduced as they are added. There are several who are already ready to join, and I'm just making last-minute adjustments before making it public. As far as the current moderator group goes, some will stay and some will go. This is a natural fluctuation of business and nothing that any of you should be concerned about. I'm very excited to start our marketing campaign and continue to help each and every one of you build your business. Now, people chastised Phil for this post and 7K and all that shit. Not Andi. She gets a pass. Thank you to everyone who's enrolled so far, and stay tuned for much, much more. The above message was for a PSI channel and not this particular channel, of course. Got it. To clarify, Andi is still in my 7K downline and will always will be. Exactly. I think that not only Andi had an issue with Todd, I think Andi saw Phil. Once she made it, I think Andi saw Phil as someone she could turn the company on. And if I had to guess, I don't have proof of this, I think she went to the company on Phil. Especially once they had a falling out. I think that she wanted Phil removed and that she would go directly under the next guy that's above Phil. To clarify, Andi is still in my 7K downline and always will be. But Andi and therefore anyone enrolled under her have decided to compete with PSI for new leads. That's right. She started her own website, did all that. Game on then. And that's all that one says. Game on then. Their new leads. This is a very difficult decision that was forced upon me, and it's not a decision that I wanted to make, but I've been left with no choice. I wish Andi and her team a fond farewell and a strong wish of good luck in regards to competing with those that remain. Moderator group, that's the same thing. I skipped this one. Andi Osick has chosen to leave PSI. Andi made her decision on her own after consult with immediate members and her uppermost downline. Unfortunately, this leaves me with a very unexpected and very tough decision to make with regards to all the people in her downline that really wanted to remain with PSI. For those of you that are currently enrolled anywhere in Andi's downline. I'm no longer your uppermost team leader in 7K medals. Since Andi and her team will now be competing with Team PSI for future leads and enrollments, I can no longer have anyone in Andi's downline in this channel. This is a very difficult decision. It was forced upon me, blah, blah, blah. That's the one I skipped. Somehow I got to read and then went from there to there. This was on October 20th, 2022. When they split. It's very telling that she was most concerned with the fact that Phil went with Goldco and not 7K 401ks and IRA rollovers. Still listed on the Phil Silver 7 Days page. Andi Osick. His website builder. All Phil did, a lot of MLMs don't want you advertising online because they get a lot of bad press online. 7K is not like that. 7K has kind of leaned into this. All Phil did was make a funnel, right? You take all your leads and dump them into a funnel. Some of them fall out to the sides or never make it through, and then the hottest leads fall all the way to the bottom and you sign them up. Interesting. From Andi Osick, a mod on Phil's chat. Here we go. Sorry, this is a post from Andi. Sorry, I had to mute the chat, folks. This was getting extremely out of control, and I have been deleting comments since I muted. As a reminder, we don't complain here about what Phil is or isn't doing. He doesn't follow anyone's orders, I assure you. Complaining about missing perks is not going to add more hours to his day either. Your choice, if you aren't happy with this chat or any of his other platforms, is to cancel. Nobody is forcing you to be here. And the instructions for cancellation are on the frequently asked questions page. The trolls have become insistent over the past week or two. They are extremely rude when caught. And you would not believe the vile things I have been called by some of them. They try to hide in plain sight by being just negative enough to piss people off and create a toxic energy. These people weren't trolls. Oh, my buddy Andi. These people weren't trolls. They were people that were just upset that they weren't getting the benefits that they were paying for. But listen, you cannot complain. If this was any of Phil's other mods, if this was Carrie, if this was Sherry, OG mod, if this was Phil himself, do you think all the groups that Andi's in would be like, we don't, if this is a group that Sherry Glore was in, they'd be like, we don't get on Sherry for, the post she makes over there. We just give her a pass. And we let her come in. If you say something about 7K, we let her defend it. That's her business. Nobody can talk bad about Sherry. Of course not. They try to hide in plain sight by being just negative enough to piss people off and create toxic energy, but not loud enough to get banned. Unfortunately, many of you here are so high-strung that it is very difficult for me to tell who is who. We are better than that. You're too high-strung. Guys, you are too high-strung, right? These are people that were just complaining. These weren't trolls. And the reason they turn vile when you out them is because you're basically saying they like Phil. They just want what they fucking paid for months and months and months and months and months that they weren't getting. They like Phil, and you're like, oh, yeah, complaining about something that you paid for and you didn't get. Troll, you're out of here. What? Everybody here should believe that you should get what you paid for, correct? Why do you think I so insistently apologize when I miss a Patreon show? I think that you should get what you pay for. People complain about it. I'm not going to fucking boot them. Jesus Christ. Also, a little inside information that might help you understand why Phil has multiple options and platforms. I have sat next to him several times during his lives, and the questions fly past so quickly that you can't even read them. By splitting it up, He is better able to answer the questions, and each group has a better chance to have their questions answered. That's why he broadcasts on multiple platforms. Please keep in mind that he answered about 15 questions tonight. Many of you react as if the opportunity to get that answer you want to your question was stolen from you. There are thousands of you. The probability of having your question selected is very slim due to the sheer volume of members he has. If he combines and pulls from multiple channels, it's even worse. I have regular access to Phil, and I rarely ask him questions about Intel. Sometimes I will tell him what I think about a particular comment, and on an occasion, he will respond with a funny emoji. Fact is that he has taught us well. I told him once that I don't have a lot of questions. I know most of the things I want answers for, he wouldn't be able to answer anyways. He's got that NDA, guys. He wouldn't be able to answer it anyways. As Live mentioned on the channel here in the past, if you are looking to Phil to give you the answers, as I've mentioned on the channel here in the past, if you're looking for Phil to give you the answers you need, you are looking in the wrong direction. Take a break. Place your fears and anxieties in God's hands, and remember that we are patriots. How are we going to be victorious if if we fall apart like that over a question and answer? My goodness, how will we ever be patriots? How will we be patriots? As Phil said, you will get your turn. Personally, I don't need it. While I still have good days and bad days, I know that God is in charge of all this, and I trust my own discernment over that of others. Even Phil, I'm very grateful that he taught us so well. Enjoy your evening, and remember, where we go one, we go all. And remember, 7K is Intel. If you buy 7K, you're buying Intel from Donald Jr., who hunts mooses and Mises. This is the one I read you guys earlier. It's pretty selfish of anyone to complain what Phil does or does not say. Have you stopped to think for a moment that his lives about 7K might actually be Intel? Look at this bullshit. Truth is that they are. And many of his followers are too annoyed to put out to realize that. Did you know that the founders of 7K went elk hunting with Trump Jr. last month? At least that was the story. It almost sounds like she's saying they didn't go elk hunting. Instead, they had a big 7K Trump Jr. Intel meeting and passed it along to Phil. Guys, I left a 6-figure-a-year job to make 7 figures a year. Crazy, huh? Don't forget about Jason, her husband, executive. Sherry, her best friend at the time, executive. Weird. So what else you got? I've done my own research. So someone says Phil's cult are the ones who believe in the Iraqi dinar. Now again, in these chats, she's protected. Phil's cults are the ones who believe in the Iraqi dinar scam. What does Andi say? I've done my own research. Plenty out there showing that it will need revalued if they join BRICS. I don't follow Phil. To me, it just seems like a pretty cheap gamble. So she's in a chat that's supposed to be about exposing Phil. They say this about me all the time. You're supposed to be about exposing Phil, and you cover Scott Rogers. They're supposed to be about exposing Phil. They're supposed to be about exposing Phil. And they're letting Andi tell people to buy fucking dinar. Iraqi dinar for the revaluation. Heard she sold some to Oliver's mom. And Oliver. Anyone have recommendations on where to buy dinar right now? My usual place is out of stock. Buy silver, maybe? Isn't that what you do? Silver? Many are out of stock, probably because they probably had to send what they had left back to Iraq. I'd recommend Vietnam Dong if you can. She's liking all these posts, by the way. To reevaluate current currency, Zim or Dong, you should try and get. I have a lot of silver and gold. I'm diversifying with my Iraqi Dinar. Well, I won't get any prorated membership feedback. I had renewed. And then Andi says, it's called the price spread on bullion. All companies sell higher and buy lower, just like any other tangible assets. Just like driving a car off the lot or buying a house. You make profit on it by holding it until the market goes above what you paid, just how it is. Yeah, except if you have a $500,000 house and you tell me there's only one like this, we only made one. By the way, we added some colors to it and drew part of the moon landing on the side of it. So now it's a collectible house worth $5 million. But none of the comparables, the neighborhood, the city, the school system, none of that supports that price. You're just telling me it's a collectible house. Weird. Everybody in my collectible house, MLM, thinks this house is worth at least $5 million. Back in August 2021, Phil decided to go with 7K medals. He is at the top of PSI team with 17 of his top friends directly underneath him. He had made a website where all his followers could schedule appointments to sign up for 7K medals, where he would spread the leads out to the 17 people under him. And down the line, they went. There was more than 4,000 of us who signed up in probably 2 or 3 months. I signed up on the 2nd of September and was placed under Todd, one of 17. If someone leaves 7K below you, it affects you and goes upwards. Phil's at the top of the ladder as far as 7K goes. He can't make any more than what he is getting. But if people under him start to leave, it can affect his commission. Per the pay rate, if he has the points, he is making $12,500 a week. When there was a problem, and I can't remember when it happened, one of the 17 had a disagreement with Phil and pulled out, I think. Though they are still with 7K as far as I know. We were told by Phil that any leads coming in from the website had to be shared with this person, though that may have been another lie. I remember that some people were kind of left dangling and they were assigned to other people, though my memory may be incorrect on this. I don't know why Phil said what he did. He should have kept it to himself. He probably was trying to manipulate a little fear porn, distraction from what is going on, etc., etc. Take your pick. But I'm hoping that 7K will assign me to someone else. It's just not anyone in Phil's downline. If not, then I'll wait until silver goes up a bit and sell what little I have in the vault and close out my membership. Andi says, that person who pulled out was me. Most of this is basically true, but I would be more than happy to answer your questions and help you if I can. Just send me a DM. Always helpful. Get the 7K sorted out. Hi, Andi. Are you able to speak about why Phildo is unhappy with 7K? I know you can't speak on everything. I was told it's a private matter related to only him, nothing involving the company or our other teams. Yeah, don't get cold feet on 7K. That's my 7-figure job that I left my 6-figure job for. What is the most valuable collectible coin? A 1933 double eagle. So someone says, why do they charge so much for coins? A 1933 double eagle. And here is the world's most expensive coin of all time, the 1933 Double Eagle, worth up to $18.9 million, is sold for this price in auction in 2021 at the Smithsonian Magazine, or per the Smithsonian Magazine. That's true if you're talking about bullion, which you can also buy there. It's important to understand the difference between collectibles and bullion. Many graded silver eagles are worth thousands, while bullion eagles are just worth spot plus a premium. It's a conversion about diversification, and people have different opinions once they learn the difference. A lot of people just don't understand what they bought, though. DM me if you want to discuss further. right? You think you got fucking swindled because you bought a $200 ounce of silver that has a fucking bird on it in full color. That's because you did, right? This is a known collectible that people who search their whole lives for collectible coins desire this coin. No fucking numismatic coin collector is like, man, I got to get my hands on that latest 7K fucking animal collectible series. What? That's it. That's what you're looking for? No, they're not. But the reason she shared this is she's like, this is a collectible coin. Our coins are collectible. Oh, really? Oh, really? The 1933 Double Eagle is United States $20 gold coin. Although 445,500 specimens of the St. Gaudens Double Eagle were minted in 1933, in the midst of the Great Depression, none were ever officially circulated. This is why this coin's so expensive. None of these coins were ever circulated, and all but 2 were ordered to be melted down. So there's only 2 of these coins. This is why this coin's worth so much. It was never given out. It was never circulated. It was in the Great Depression. Nobody could fucking afford it. So they melted them all down except for 2 of them. None were ever circulated. All but 2 were ordered to be melted down. I'm sorry, they didn't melt down all of them. However, 20 were known to have been rescued before melting down. So there's 20 of them. By being stolen and found their way into the hands of collectors before later being recovered. 9 of the recovered coins were destroyed, making this one of the world's rarest coins. We only know that 13 specimens that remain. Only 13 of them exist. Even though they were all ordered but 2, 13 of them ended up surviving. Only 1 which is privately owned. So now we're down to 1 that's not in a museum. So technically there's only 1 that you could ever buy. The rest of them are in collections or museums or whatever that'll never be sold. Or probably won't ever be sold. Museums don't like to sell their pieces. Which is known as the Weitzman specimen. Due to the fact that the coin was never released to the public, it is illegal to privately own any of the 1933 Double Eagles, with the exception of the Weitzman specimen. The United States Secret Service is said to investigate reports of the existence of other specimens that come to light. So it's literally illegal to have this except for this one fucking coin. This one fucking coin is the only one that's legal to have. The rest of them are in museums. There was a 500,000 of them made. They were all melted down except for 20 of them. 9 of them were recovered. 13 of them, 12 of them are in museums. Only 1 of them is even legal to fucking own. If you own a different one, the Secret Service will come and shoot your dog and take it. Does that sound like the coins that 7K sells? Does that sound like the coins that 7K sells that have a fucking teddy bear on them? Or a pyramid? Or the queen? Those sound similar? You think the goddamn CIA is going to come shoot your dog and probably put some fake pedo charges on you for owning a coin from 7K? Over 95% of people that sign up for 7K will never break even. Over 95, it's usually like 98, 99. Over 95 people that sign up for 7K, any MLM, will never break even. So if she cares about these people because she's reformed after being a Phil follower and helping him and doing everything for him, if she cared about these people, why would she be signing them up to a business where 90+% of them will never break even? because the money goes up the pyramid. I did see, you want to see the coolest collector coin I saw the other day? Let me see if I can find it. I wouldn't mind having one of these just because they look cool. They're probably stupid expensive, but they are actually collectibles. Hold on, I'll show them to you. They come in really cool shit too. There's one. So somebody got the rights, I'm assuming, to produce these Ghostbuster collectible coins, and they come in the ghost trap thing. So there's a bunch of different ones. There's like the Marshmallow Man. There's the logo one. Like the ghost. Here's all the different ones. So there's like the Ghostbuster symbol. There's the Marshmallow Man. There's their car, but they come in the ghost trap. That's pretty cool. That's a cool spin on those. I wonder if the CIA will kill me if I have one of those. I ain't scared of no ghost. I don't know. I just thought the way it comes in the ghost trap thing would be cool. I'm guessing it comes kind of like this. There you go. So it comes in a box. It comes with a little ghost trap, little button to open it. That's pretty cool. You have to admit. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That's cool there. Anyways, back to Andi. Caring about her downline. She cares about her downline, guys. That's the only reason she does this. It's not that she left a 6-figure job for a 7-figure job. She cares about them. And did you know that this one coin that's illegal to own except for one instance of it is just the same as buying coins from 7K? Oh, you have a bunch of them? That's cool. Do you have the whole set? Now, here's the bullshit we always hear. We always hear this. I think there's a couple of examples of this. People will someone in MLM will always, this is their go-to line. Every job's an MLM, right? They have the boss, the owner, and then they have like the senior managers, and then they have like the regular managers, the floor managers, they have the shift managers, and then they have like the regular workers. What does that look like? A pyramid, bro, a pyramid. Not everybody can be the owner, but with this business, I can make you the owner. You can. This is what they always say. They always say. In the company, your commission has nothing to do with your upline. Your commission is based on who you add below you on your team and how much you support them. Bullshit. Bullshit. Let's say I decide to put 2 people on my downline. One is a regular person with a few family and few friends, okay? I sign him up, and I support the fuck out of him. I fucking carry him around from meeting to meeting. I drive him. I give him all the training. I make him listen to all the audios. We do a 4-hour training course every morning, and I send him motivational TikToks to get him going. And the other person I sign up is Phil Godlewski with a couple 100,000 people on his social media following him. And I don't give him any support. I'm just like, hey, go sell these. Get people to sign up. Who do you think will do better? Who do you think will do better? It's about having people that will listen to you and follow your instructions. This is why all of the truthers went to MLMs. They know that Susan, 63-year-old Susan from Arkansas, isn't going to screech her fucking tennis ball covered walker down the nursing home and sign up 3,000 people. She's not going to. Who is? A content creator. Somebody that has a huge following already. And this is basically the same in other things as well. If I start an OnlyFans, okay, and Brad Pitt starts an OnlyFans, Who do you think more people will see their OnlyFans? It's not going to be me. Yeah. How much it's based on how much you support your team. Support doesn't make sales, okay? It's having people, access to people. Most people don't know 10,000 people they could fucking sign up. I don't. If a vacancy happens, nothing happens to the people below them. It would only affect the rank of people above the canceled spot. Only thing that might change is the loss of upline training and or support. Thing is that in this case, nobody was getting that anyways. Plus, there are plenty of 7K leaders who are happy to provide support and training to others, even people who aren't on their teams, myself included. I take the position that rising tides float all boats. Feel free to DM if you need help. Also, nobody in 7K can move, but for the reasons above, it's a moot point. She put mute point. Moot is a different word. It's not a mute point. It's a moot point. M-O-O-T, not mute. It's not a silent point. You can cancel and sign up again after a year-long waiting period, but you can't take your downline with you, so it's a waste of time. Phil is still... Oh, wait. If you wanted a clean break from Phil and you were doing this all on your own, by yourself, with no input, you could have quit for a year and then come back and built this all on your own without any help from Phil? Damn, that would have really showed us that you did it on your own through hard work and perspiration, and you're nobody's buddy. You're a badass businesswoman. Phil is still my upline and roller. Has zero effect on me or my team. Yeah, okay. After Andi left the team, or whatever differences, Phil didn't do as much promoting of 7K because he said he had to share the leads with Andi that came through the PSI website. Andi also helped Phil with his Philazon site, which was charging people $25 a month to advertise their websites on Philazon. But I seem to remember there were problems with that, and then came the brouhaha with Andi. I would just say that we had differences of opinion on how things should be managed. Yeah, she doesn't want to be called... She's a boss baby. A boss buddy. The site was built just fine. I later learned it was the settings on the payment processor that were preventing cancellations. Well, then it wasn't built just fine. And I only had user access to that. He also said I destroyed the website several times, which wasn't true. I had another admin remove my login access the day we parted ways. Did he ask you for all the passwords, and did you turn them over? I know he asked you. Did you turn them over? And can you prove that you turned over all the passwords? As for leads, by then we rarely had leads. And when we did, they just wanted to sign up for Gold Co. Phil stopped promoting 7K once he hit top rank and max pay. Huh. So you were there while the getting was good, and then when it got slim pickings, you're like, oh, by the way, I don't believe Phil, and I'm out of here. My team and I left for many reasons, but partially because we knew the model wasn't sustainable and wanted to teach our people how to build the right way. I've lost a lot of members, but still have a great team of people who are happy and have renewed their membership twice. She keeps coming back to these people who have renewed their membership twice. I would expect if they're tucked up way underneath you and they're making a ton of money, they'll renew 100 times until it all falls apart like it always does. The entire MLM business is not sustainable. Probably should have stayed with your 6-figure job. He claimed that his former business partner, me, had his Apple logins and hacked in and created a narrative, threatened me, so I filed a police report. Then, when I pointed out how no web developer would ever need or want access to anyone's Apple account, his story suddenly changed, saying he was catfished, then almost immediately let it go. Actually, I pointed that out. Thank you, though. You had chances way before you signed your attorney-client privacy. You were in it together. People aren't stupid. Thank you. She says she can't talk about it because she had to get a lawyer after Phil threatened her. What about the months and 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 months you didn't have a lawyer? Hell, you called me to dish out all this shit you thought was dirt on Phil, but just made you look like a greedy bastard too. You could have told everybody then, but instead you were in private messages and private phone calls. You don't want to make any waves. Why? Because it affects your 7K income. Your followers don't like to sling mud, and a lot of them still watch Phil. You have no idea what's going on behind the scenes or even when I hired an attorney. Clue, it was months before I left to do my own thing, but that's cool. Believe what you want. P.S. Some people are stupid. Yeah, the people that are still following you thinking you're looking out for them. 90+% will never make back their investment. They'll never break even. I'm here to take care of my team. You just got to support and work hard enough, and everybody can be a millionaire. Everybody can make $1.3 million like me and my husband. And she's still protected in these chats. She's still protected in these chats. Can't talk negative about Andi. Can't talk negative about 7K. If you talk about 7K, she's allowed to come defend it. She even pitches Iraqi Dinar and 7K in these chats that are about taking down Phil, but look the other way when Andi comes to do her thing. Kind of ridiculous, no? I've mostly stayed in private chats. I just hate defending myself all the time. But I know most of the people in this group has my back and knows my heart. For sure. Are you friends with Todd Father, or were you ever? We were. We aren't anymore. We really do have your back, Andi. Was that the STD one? So cringe. And that was probably the breaking point for Andi. It was extremely uncomfortable because I knew it wasn't true. I wished I could crawl under a table. So you knew what Phil was saying wasn't true? And you just wished you could crawl under a table? You didn't tell me? I thought you were taking care of these people. Sorry, reposted and couldn't edit. I think Andi is genuine and kind, but that she is inadvertently involved in a Phil scheme that she may or may not know is bad, scamming or ripping people off. You think this bitch makes $1.3 million under Phil and she doesn't know where the fuck the money's coming from? You think over a year, $1.3 million at $12,500 a month for her and her husband just shows up in her fucking bank account and she's like, man, the money tree harvest must be insane. You think she don't know where the fucking money comes from? She's a business bitch. A tough CEO gal. Nobody's buddy. But she doesn't know where the fucking money comes from? It comes from the people who 90+ % of them will never fucking make it back. It comes from the downline that Phil signed up for her. All those people he put below her. And all those people that signed up, more 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 people that keep handing buckets of money up the train. So they can be a millionaire like Phil and Andi and Todd. Of course she knows where the fucking money comes from. That's why she doesn't want you to disparaging Phil. That's why she wants you to think that there's intel in his 7K shit. That's why she wants you to think that this 1933 double eagle, that there's only one of them, is just like 7K collector coins, right? Right, guys? Just, it's the same. Andi, can't find the post but wanted to respond. I meant that I built the sites, believed more than I should have, etc. I never was high pressure or Phil selling the business. No, because Phil was, and you benefited. You don't have to come out and say the banks are going to collapse, sign up for 7K, when the guy above you says it and then gives you the people below you. Who the fuck would you even sell it to? Your gigantic audience of tens of people? You let Phil make all the claims while he sent people to sign up below you. Yeah, you made money and so did he. You didn't have to make the claims. I never used fear for selling the business. No, you just benefited from Phil doing it while you sat there and nodded your head. Rubbed your greedy little fucking paws together. I really did try to ensure everyone I talked to understood the company. No, you didn't. Or you would have told them that a gigantic percentage of them will never break even. I even discouraged a lot of people from signing up for the membership if they didn't feel like they understood or could afford it. Well, bless your heart. I do think it's a great company still, but I also know it's not for everyone. It's not for anyone. Unless you can sign up thousands of people below you, or your best buddy from a year ago can, underneath you. It's not for fucking anyone. Not that it's not for everyone. It's not for anyone unless you're sitting at the top. Do you genuinely believe that a person who signed up for 7K yesterday, if they work hard enough, that they'll be sitting beside you at fucking presidential executive gold in a year? Because you were, and your husband was. Do you think they'll be there too? You think they'll be sitting there beside you in a year? A random person off the street. Does it have YouTube? Does it have a gigantic audience? You think they'll be sitting beside you in a year? Because if you don't, you're selling them a fucking lie. You had an instant ride to the top. And those people will never make it past the lowest rungs. I hope most people know that I'm trying to do the right thing now. Bull fucking shit. You're trying to make more money now. You're trying to keep your income up now. These people you're signing up will never, the vast majority of them, will never make a profit at all. Not a goddamn penny. But they just keep passing that bucket of money up. Everybody puts a little bit in. It's like an offering plate that goes uphill. Apologies are important, though. I know a lot of people were hurt. Yeah, financially. For some reason, these anti-Phil groups only dislike 7K when Phil does 7K. But when Andi does 7K, they're like, oh, well, you know, it is a legitimate business. It is pretty legit. It's a legitimate business. She didn't know she was in one of Phil's schemes. That $1.3 million was just her bad luck. When Phil first announced he had parted ways with you, my gut knew it was because he was pushing something that you weren't comfortable with. He strikes me as a hard-headed salesman, a guy who doesn't care if you have to lie, trick, or confuse someone in order to get their money. He said he had a pending legal suit against you. That's when I started backing away from his channel. What kind of person sues a friend? Wait, she said she hired a lawyer months before she left Phil. Weird. What you got a lawyer for? What kind of person sues a friend? He hasn't and most likely won't. I haven't done anything wrong. His version of events wasn't accurate either. I just asked for my team to be removed from his leads, as I knew we were fully capable of continuing without it because Todd called you buddy. I think I'll take my shit and go home now. You've already set me up for success for the next 10 years and screwed me over. I left my 6-figure job for a 7-figure job, you son of a bitch. He promoted our team website briefly because he liked the company. Still does, and he's still a buying member. What people didn't know was that he instructed me to place referrals from him under the people who needed it the most. He's never earned anything from 7K other than the donations our team gave him after he fell. Unfortunately, he was so harassed he had to stop sharing it. Wonder who they're talking about. I knew him as a friend before he ever even became SG and contacted him when I recognized his voice, but I kept it a secret. What people don't know is he's not even interested in the money. He says, please give it to the silver orphans. The little orphans that need silver to survive. Please give it to them. Thank you for the link. Can you give it to the silver orphans? I need to know that they're taken care of. The silver orphans and the silver puppies. I don't want anybody taking advantage of them. I'm here for my team. I was actually the one who helped convince him to reveal his identity when his family started being harassed so viciously. You know what I said about his family? I showed a picture of his marriage that he put on his public fucking Facebook page and said, wow, seems like he's got a beautiful wife. Oh, the horror. Viciously attacked. And there was a lot of her to go around. Okay? SG is an amazing man and is about as far from being a grifter as one can get, he said on Scott McKay's Reveal show. He said on Scott McKay's Reveal show. SG Anon is a grifting piece of shit. He lies about what's going on in the world and acts as if he has some type of insider knowledge that he does not have, and he was not about to join the military with an experimental surgery that his recruiter was going to pay for. The fuck out of here. I ain't scared of no ghost. Yes, this is working. It's just a marathon, not a sprint. Oh, really? How was your marathon? So you're telling people it may take years for them to reach the presidential gold executive what the fuck ever? How long did it take you? And who do you have to thank for that? It probably is a marathon that no one can compete. And Andi had a goddamn jet show up and pick her up and take her to the finish line. Everybody else, they probably will never complete it. And they're just running like hell because Andi keeps telling them to do it. People need to have patience with the 17 of us doing this work. And remember, it's only been 3 weeks. In the meantime, we're getting some amazing coins. Look how beautiful. That's a killer whale. Yeah, he tried to DM me and say that I was spreading misinformation about him. Or he DM me or sent me an email, something. The fuck out of here. Andi. Buddy. Does anyone know if Andi comes to chat here? I never see her unless she has another name for her for here. Thank you. I thought you said it was Phil that he was never here doing the training. She does, but the team is very busy and rolling, so they don't come by too often. She does. I'm here, but rarely. Taking calls all day, full-time job besides 2 kids, and I'm building the Philazon website. Rarely a moment to rest. Philazon is one of the scams you guys called out, and she made it possible. PSI is a scam you guys call out, and she made it possible. Phil can't build a website. Andi can. Who built these websites? Rarely a moment to rest. That said, if you have a question, let me know or ask them here if they can help others. Our entire team plus others can answer questions here. So when is cocktail hour, Andi? Haha. At this rate, the next one will be in a few months. I heard that's one of her problems. Now, this is just a rumor that I heard that's one of her problems about liking to drink a little bit and get involved with some people above her weight class. And then those people she likes to spread rumors to. Cancun, haha. Thanks, Andi. I have not met you yet, so can you DM me how to get in touch with you? I signed up under my husband who signed up with you. Oh, no. I respectfully disagree. They have been sold out of the American Eagles for over a week. I didn't realize that. They restock once a week. Please keep in mind, we put 2,000 excited buyers into their system in just over 2 weeks. Have patience with 7K as they continue to adjust to these inventory changes, just as you have been patient with our team. A lot of places, not just 7K, are out of Eagle coins. If you are looking at your downline Explorer, understand that it's not your placements in your downline. That Explorer fills with people in both your upline and your downline. Essentially, everyone you are collecting points from. Nobody has that many people on one side, not even Phil. Our team knows what we are doing and placing leads in a highly strategic way that is distributed evenly for everyone. That is distributed evenly for everyone. That is distributed evenly for everyone. One of Andi's claims is that Phil was putting people where he wanted to build and fuck everybody else. Even though the original claim was, if you sign up first, we'll put people under you. You don't have to do nothing. We'll all make money. It's weird. Back then, she was saying, we're doing it evenly for everyone. I suggest watching Phil's training from the other day, which explained the imbalance. Hopefully, he will also address it again tonight. Strange. Who can build a website and cover it with love? The Andi can. My buddy can. That's right. We do place people on both sides in a very structured pattern. However, your points do not accumulate evenly. I am in Phil's first tier and part of the team. Trust me. Just go watch the video. He explains why. How can I get in touch with people who have been put directly below us? The ones on our left and right. I'm afraid that the ones who are my personal enrollees, which PSI did for me, are not in the loop and they don't have their phone numbers on their websites. So I would like to encourage them. I haven't received a commission as of yet, as my right side is a little lean, but I'm waiting. You cannot get in touch with people in your downline unless you personally enrolled and know them. This is the reason that they shouldn't have been fucking just putting people there. They have no way to you could have 1,000 people in your downline. You can't even fucking talk to them. You didn't enroll them. There are privacy policies against that. Contact your PSI rep, please. You shouldn't be contacting these people if you don't know them. They're in your downline. I thought all we had to do was support our downline and then collect $1 million checks. What's happening here? You shouldn't be contacting these people if you don't know them. Some of them are not interested in bringing in leads and they have no obligation to do so. The best way to build yourself quickly is to refer your potential leads to your own enroller for placement in your downline. Also, points will never balance, and they aren't supposed to in this system. Watch Phil's latest training video or research a power leg and a pay leg MLM system if you want to understand this further. Ooh. Family. That's right. How do I find the contact information for my downline? You don't. If you don't have a personal relationship with the other enrollees, it's against policy to contact them. Phil's team manages the enrollees we have registered. If you have leads to place under those people, you should be in touch with your enroller to facilitate that placement. Thanks. This is why most MLMs, you don't just enroll random fucking people you've never met or spoke to or anything, right? This seems kind of weird. If you keep it, exactly, same here. When Nasara finally comes, it's the physical. If you keep it in that plastic case, it still has the value of the silver. Yet, the value of that coin will go up as others melt them down and your coin becomes more rare. Literally, someone's saying, like when the shit hits the fan or when Nasara comes, it's the physical value of the silver that's going to go up, not the collector's. And she's like, well, yeah, that's right. But keep yours in the case because your value will go up while other people are melting down their super precious collector coins they got from 7K. It'll be more rare. Don't discount the added value of collectibles. Lots of people out there regret not keeping their baseball cards in those silly plastic cases too. Think about it. You're right. It's the same as baseball cards. It is kind of similar to baseball cards. You know why? Because 99.9% of baseball cards aren't worth the goddamn paper they're printed on. It's only the specific, super rare, like the 1933 Double Eagle that are worth a fuck. The problem is 7K sells all the shitty baseball cards that no one ever fucking heard of, that struck out 8 times and got sent back to the fucking minor league. That's the baseball card you get from 7K. But they'll treat it like a collector card. They'll sell it to you for the price of a collector card, but it ain't worth shit. Think about it, she says. Think about it. I wish a motherfucker would think about it. What's wrong with these sons of bitches? Think about it. Just think about it. That's all you gotta do is think about it. If you do this, it will completely mess up your placements. Don't listen to advice from anyone who is on Phil's team or a mod here, at least for things like this. Put the settings back the way they were. When people are put in your holding tank, our team will contact you to let you know what to do. Just wait for them to contact you. Right? You can't assign your own enrollees. You got to put them in a holding tank and let us do it. If you leave it defaulting into the genealogy, you will never rank up, and we can't fix the misplaced leads. You're not smart enough to do your own leads. We do them. You don't always use your personal link. You need to contact your original roller from Phil's team to know where to place your leads until you are positive you understand it. If you always use your link, you will never build a downline and will never be more than an associate. Bitch. Who is your original roller? If you don't understand the placements, which I can't tell you don't, you must connect with them to support you with placing your leads, or you will never rank up. They are there to support you in making those placements. Damn. Miles, I'm going to fill 17 team members and just wanted to add that we are getting complaints 24/7 from people who are very impatient with this process. Please keep in mind we've enrolled over 3,000 people in 1 month. I wonder if they went under you and Todd. And it will continue. Complaining about leads, literally preventing us from placing more leads and building more points. If you have a question about your account, you can ask here or contact with 7K Metals. You can also contact the person who enrolled you if it is important. If your questions are regarding points, leads, or time frames, I highly encourage you to focus on what you really signed up for, silver investments. You must realize this is a marathon, not a sprint. You just signed up 4,000 people underneath you. But you're telling other people, hey, you're in this for the long haul, bud. We'll get you 2 people this year, and those 2 people will ultimately leave within a month, and we'll get you 2 more next year. Unfortunately, those of us working 14 hours a day to build ranks lose our temper on occasion when people start criticizing that effort. He is right. If it's not for you, nobody forcing you to participate. That said, leaving would be a big mistake if you are next in line for more leads. Everybody's always next in line. Oh, you're going to leave? Well, we were just about to give you your first down line. It literally said, Miles. Right, it was on my list next. I just got done with Miley and alphabetical order. You're next, bro. Thank you, Andi. Hope all is well with you. Thank you for signing me up also. 1 month today. Boy, I bet you regret that. We withdrew the money in both of our daughters' accounts and instead bought them physical silver. It really hit me on October 1st when they only gained just pennies in interest. They will do way better now. Thanks for ruining your daughters' lives too. Every business is a pyramid scheme, from the CEO all the way down to the minions. I told you we'd see it. Every business is a pyramid scheme. Oh, really? Guys, when you go into your job as an accountant or a garbage man or a mechanic or whatever the fuck you do, how often do they make you sign up employees below you, pay $500 yearly membership, and put an autosaver on all of your supplies that you have to do the business? Pretty often, or no? Raise a hand if you got an autosaver account. If you're a mechanic that has an autosaver account for all the cars you're going to service this week. I have several friends who are stay-at-home moms able to stay home with their kid and make great money. Their customers love their products. MLMs are evil, though. They should just go get an hourly wage at Walmart like we're supposed to, right? Well, most people would turn a profit literally the first week they work. It's kind of weird to be signing up for a job where you have a greater than 90% chance to lose money. Let me ask you what's better, okay? Now, you're completely free to choose whatever you want. Working a job for minimum wage and getting a paycheck, or spending several $100s that you'll never get back. I guess we're just supposed to get a job that pays us, right? I like paying my job. This is Andi from Phil's team. I never have time to get on Telegram anymore, yet I stop by because I'm hearing that people are upset here. Think their leaders have abandoned them, etc. Some of us are very busy making calls and enrolling the referrals from our downline. Your complaints could discourage others from making an appointment to learn more about PSI. Not every she's ruthless when you start talking shit about PSI. Not everyone is in this for commission, and every circumstance is different. In fact, most of my enrollees are just participating to build their silver collection. Also, consider that for every single person who enrolls, we have to enroll 2 more people to rank them up. Do the math, and you will understand why it goes so slowly. Do the math, and you will understand why it can't continue to go on. For every person, you have to sign up 2 more to enroll to the first fucking rank. They have to have autosaver on, and they have to pay $500 a year. You're going to run. Even Phil has a limited number of audience members. Even Andi has a limited number of stay-at-home moms that are millionaires. If for every person you have to sign up to, how long is that sustainable? It's not. Fucking Michael's won like 10 times. Don't let him lie to you. Yori was bitching about it, saying it was rigged, and then she won the next time she did it. If you are angry at us for not giving you leads soon enough, you are missing the entire point of why Phil started this endeavor in the first place. I heard about a member who is having cocktails and silver party with friends soon, so they can show off their coins in person and chat a bit. Sounds fun to me. I bet she'll have at least 1 person enroll, maybe 2. And that's how Oliver's mom got involved. She let everybody kick Oliver once. Where we go one, we go all, right? Watch the trainings, think creatively, and find a way to change your situation if you aren't happy with it. Just stop turning on the team that has been doing all the hard work. It's completely unfair. Yeah, it's not like you're making $1.3 million a year to do it. Also, keep stacking that silver because I get a commission on all of it. I get points, which turns into a commission. I have a feeling you'll be glad you did. Is it possible to cancel my membership and get my fee back? Contact the person who enrolled you first. If you just cancel, it will hurt the patriots who signed up below you. Give them a chance to explain your options and assist you with that process. So no, the answer is no. It's not possible to cancel and get your feedback. No. Stupid question, but maybe if you don't put silver in a bank, and if our currency is gold and silver backed, my guess is that you could exchange at banks once they have made the shift to the new system, which they're not. They're not doing that. If you don't put silver in a bank and you don't have your own vault, where do you keep your silver? Also, once we are in Nasara, how do you buy and sell? Through different brokers or just Phil? Yeah, Phil's going to be the Nasara guy. He's going to do all the silver for the entire world. I keep my metals in a safe. After Nasara, the silver will be more in demand. You will be able to trade, barter, and buy and sell online. The web won't go down permanently. If our currency is gold and silver back, that's the same quote, Shemaine. If you go inactive, you will cause everyone above you to lose rank. Again, remember the pressure? She doesn't use pressure techniques. Oh man, if you go inactive, everybody that's counting on you and their rank, they'll lose it. Everybody. They'll lose it. Don't do that. What if I lose my rank? Or my husband's rank? Or the LLC we put together in their rank? You will be removed from the commission structure permanently, and you will lose all your points. As explained by your enroller, it's a requirement for participation in our commission program. If you turn it off, you will just have your membership from that point forward. Forever. Why is it so hard to buy American Eagle coins here? Always out of coins to buy. They are always available in your Sound Money wallet. Most of the Silver Eagle 7K receives are for Sound Money wallet because they have to hold enough Eagles for money for people having cash balance. I had my money in Sound Money wallet transferred to my bank so I could order from somewhere else. I just wanted bullion. Yeah, they didn't tell you that it's shitty to order bullion from them. The problem with 7K is that they charge quite a bit for shipping, and the others offer ship for free for 20 coins, which is what I wanted. Yeah, you shouldn't be paying $500 a year to join 7K then, little buddy. Nate. Now, Nate is the guy that Andi was supporting in attacking Todd. There's also a rumor that Nate and Andi may have been involved in other areas of interest. $22.81 for shipping, insurance, physical handoff of the metal for 20 American Silver Eagles isn't really that bad. It's almost a whole nother Silver Eagle. While we can't force everyone to strictly buy at 7K, I thought this post was slightly misleading. It is bad. Which is better, paying $23 for shipping or free? As always promoted, the cheapest way to shop is use your Sound Money wallet as a bank account and buy the silver from dealer direct with the bundling option enabled. Buying Eagles in your Sound Money wallet is what no other precious metals company has ever done, which allows you to buy after hours and unlimited Eagle inventory. Myself, personally, will always shop at 7K because they're debt-free, 100% Patriot-owned. Who gives a fuck? As long as they ship my shit. And have no Cabal, Vanguard, or BlackRock stockholder affiliation. That's right. Andi, I'll add on to what Nate said below. Be very cautious about where you are buying if you go elsewhere too. We are getting a lot of reports of fake silver being shipped to customers from places we once respected. Bullshit. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Show me where JM Bullion was sending out fucking fake shit. Bullshit. Their company would be done the next goddamn day. This is that fear porn that you don't use. Better buy from 7K. I heard those other well-known companies we respect are sending out fake silver. What? Bullshit. Inventory issues in the industry are causing many reputable companies to lower their standards and move to the Amazon model where they never collect and vet their metals their suppliers are sending. Won't happen at 7K. No, they don't. They tell you how many they fucking have on hand at JM Bullion. And they ship for free if you buy enough. Won't happen at 7K. Prove it. Prove it won't ever happen at 7K. That's a fucking lie. It's my money and I want it now. I have a potential customer asking me something. If you had to guess a percentage of savings per ounce of silver bought through 7K, what would it be? Negative 10,000%? You don't save a goddamn thing. All four reputable sites, SD, JM Bullion, Apex, and 7K rotate on who has the cheapest prices. 7K is not a reputable site to include with fucking JM Bullion. What the fuck? SD Bullion, JM Bullion, Apex. Oh, and 7K. 1 week, 7K might have the cheapest metals. 1 week, JM Bullion might have the cheapest metals, etc. It all depends on the contract of the pricing they purchase their next shipment of inventory from. There was a time span of like 5 months this year that 7K was the only dealer with inventory through their Sound Money wallet. Lastly, 7K is the only company out of those four precious metal dealers that has no Cabal-affiliated stockholders or investors. They don't have a single fucking investor that might be with the Cabal. You vetted every one of them. You won't believe who you're talking to at 7K. I would like to think, I would think that should make any patriot be happy to shop at 7K. They're debt-free and 100% patriot-owned. What the fuck is 100% patriot-owned, dude? Are you just trying to knock off like veteran-owned? Anybody can say they're a fucking patriot. My cock's 100% patriot-owned. Veteran, too. If we could get the Pope and other items off the product store, that would be nice. But they'll see what isn't flying off the shelves. Sunglasses emote. They're mad because they had a Pope coin and a Queen coin and an Illuminati coin. And there's one with like the fucking Illuminati and the all-seeing eye, and it literally says Illuminati on it. And they're like, we're patriots. We all believe in Trump. I would add that we are getting, Andi says, I would add we are getting a lot of reports of fake silver coming from those sites. Now, earlier, when she just said sites that we used to respect, that didn't go far enough. So now she's saying SD Bullion, JM Bullion, and Apex are shipping out a lot of reports of fake fucking metal coming from them. Bullshit. They are the industry standard. Who the fuck is 7K? She literally went on to name them from those sites. SD Bullion, JM Bullion, and Apex. The top 3 sites in the fucking world for selling precious metals direct to consumer. A lot of fake metal coming from there. Okay. I've actually spoken to people who received those fakes, and it was a topic of conversation among attendees at the recent 7K conference. Ooh, why would people who were enrolled at 7K and at the 7K conference for people that are high up in 7K want to say that JM Bullion, the largest fucking precious metal provider, direct to customer, was sending out fake metal? Who would that benefit? Oh, no. Shut the fuck up. I believe the inventory issues are causing some of these companies to lower their standards they use to vet the companies they are buying from. Sure. Many are also moving to Amazon models where they have the seller ship product directly to their buyers. Nope. All that said, use caution when buying, because even reputable... Oh, it's down here. Even reputable companies are making difficult choices right now. 7K continues to ship their own products, and the recent addition of Miles Standish to their team gives them a lot of confidence in them. Gives me a lot of confidence in them. I know they stand by their products. You are 100% more likely. You got thousands of percent more likely to receive some bullshit from 7K than you are from JM Bullion. I can guarantee that. Bullshit. If they were shipping out fake goddamn silver, not only would they be shut down legally, they would have no reputation whatsoever. That would be it. They're done. Done for. The best you're going to find on a story of this is someone finding like a box that may have had like JM Bullion or something on it, and like a package handler stealing shit, right? A UPS guy, and then that should be covered under your insurance, right? A UPS guy stole it, or a post office guy stole it, or something like that. Fucking lying bitch. 2 members in Andi, Chris, Sherry, and Patty's team. We understand that some of the members here are upset because they don't have access to the PSI call that Todd did last night. However, I was on the majority of the call, and a lot of the information that was discussed is not in alignment with how our team functions. Each of Phil's leaders take a different approach. They wouldn't let them listen to Todd. While there was some helpful information they shared, there was also a lot of information on that call that is not pertinent to my team. If your team leader is Chris, Patty, Sherry, or myself, I would encourage you to just be patient. We will be launching a major platform for our downline members in the next few days that will give you all the tools and resources you need to build your business all the way that we have been coaching our leaders to build it all along. Watch your inbox for some exciting things. You should have already received an email yesterday about the contest as well. Please fill that out whether you are interested or not, as it will be helpful for our leaders. We have big things planned to look forward to a great year in 2022. Let me ask you this. Andi says that this system works, and all you have to do is support your people. Why is she having people contacting me saying she's not making nearly as much money now and she's working so much she's just trying to get by and just a hardworking single mom? Well, it's a hardworking stay-at-home mom. I thought all you had to do was support people, Andi. Are you not supporting them? Are you not giving them tools to succeed? How the fuck can you tell people below you all you have to do is support the people and give them the tools and it'll work? The system works. And also having people contact me saying, I'm not making nearly as much as I was. You know, I took a hit when I left Phil and I'm not, I'd probably be better off staying at my job. Are you not supporting them or are you not giving them the tools? Because the system works, Andi, right? The system works. It's not like it's a system that for each person to level up, they have to have double that number of people below them. And that builds exponentially the higher they fucking go. And everybody's running out of people to fucking grift off of, is it? That couldn't be it, Andi. All you have to do, I'll sign people up every day and just say, all you got to do is support your downline. Weird it's not working for you. Is Ron Stone's group part of this? I didn't see an email for a contest. Would it be sent from 7K? Otherwise, I need to check my spam folder. If you're on one of the teams Andi mentioned, then you should have an email from Andi Osick somewhere in your inbox. One yesterday and then one today as well. Okay, I will look for that. No, Ron Stone is a different team. Sorry. The only time I've seen it mentioned was in corporate Zoom calls on Monday nights. I'm not sure if they promoted it anywhere else. I do know they have made comments in the emails that come out for the Zoom call. They would be talking about the contest. Details will be announced January 2nd, but teams have been formed this week. Curious as to why we are separated from not doing the same things on all teams. This seems like there may be some division at the top, or am I reading too far into this? Yeah, Andi doesn't like being called buddy, so you're suffering and not getting all the training that you could have access to. And why are we having contests in some teams but not all? I'm not liking the division. That's all I'm saying. The contest is for everyone in 7K. Just like you conduct your own business differently than someone else's might, those who are higher up in our specific downlines do some things differently too. Andi's post was to address any confusion her team might have felt listening to Todd, as they were doing things a little differently. We were all still part of the same family. No, she said you didn't have access to it. You didn't have access to it. You are the best, Andi. We appreciate you so much, Andi. Because each of us are running our own downlines under Phil, and we are different teams with different approaches to growth. For example, some teams require their leads to get their own enrollments before they will add any enrollments from Phil. I personally prefer to work one-on-one with my enrollees until I know until I know that they understand the program and can build their downline on their own. It is more work, but to me, it ensures consistent understanding of your membership. For the same reason, we require a phone call for enrollment, while others prefer to enroll by text and follow up with Zoom calls. No method is better or worse. They are just different. In the end, despite being enrolled under Phil and having the benefits of leads from him, my downline is my business, one I am currently preparing to leave my corporate job for. Your downline will be your business too, and you aren't expected to run your enrollments the way we choose to. Though, what we are doing has been highly successful so far. You just gotta support your downline, and you make all the money you want. Except when you don't, and you tell me, like, I'm not even making that. I heard you're doing a show about me. I'm not even making that much. I also wanted to clarify something. We saw in our chats last night that people were getting instructions on how to turn the autosavers off. Oh no. Autosavers off, but Andi won't get her points. Please understand that if you turn your autosaver off, you are essentially quitting our downline program. If you do not have that autosaver on, we will not be giving you leads from Phil. You will also go inactive for after 45 days and will no longer be eligible for commissions. To me, it seems like really bad timing to do that. They are getting ready to launch the 7K contest, which will encourage a lot of people to build our teams. Not just Phil's team. In fact, I have over 100 members in my downline enrolling to participate. As a follower of the Truther movement, it is also fair to say that a lot could happen in the next few months. I know some people are discouraged, but I wonder if it ever happened. This is from goddamn 2021. This is from goddamn 20. If you follow the Truthers, you know what's about to happen. This is from 2021. I know some people are discouraged, but keep in mind that if things shift a little bit, we won't seem so crazy anymore. That's what I love to hear my business partners say. Hey, if the entire global economy flips upside down, who's crazy now? Huh? Crazy like a fox! Anyone you have talked to about PSI is another seed planted. So keep some perspective. In my experience, those who have maintained a positive perspective have been benefited a great deal from that attitude. If you must turn something off, turn off the technology credits. What are technology credits?
The power of Christ compels you to give little Bert a little kiss.
Technology credits. Remember when I said almost every MLM makes you listen to audios or read fucking books or blah, blah, blah. It's another way that they make money. Well, you have to buy technology credits, and those technology credits are to listen to other people, how they become millionaires, and you can too. Suck my dick, Elizabeth. I'm running an entertaining show. You clearly wouldn't know about that. If you must turn something off, turn off the technology credits. That will remove some of your training resources, which you should have already watched. Your Downline Explorer and your ability to use the 7K app. However, you will remain active in the program, can work with your enroller to place leads, and can use the free trainings from Phil and on YouTube until you can afford access again. So you can't keep them off permanently. Just wait till you got money to get them again. Hope this helps. I'm looking forward to an amazing year in 2022. The Truthers are going to be right. We won't be crazy anymore. Many blessings to all of you. Just check my profile and I'm still unranked. Yay me. Oh no. Have you been trying to enroll people? Keep in mind, the 17 team members only have so many appointees per day and thousands of members. It will take time if you are just waiting for leads to be handed to you. That said, Phil's team is the only one who might enroll people under you. Anyone in your upline could. Attend, watch the trainings if you haven't. The program works. The program works. But tell Will I'm not even making that much anymore. The program doesn't work. The program works. If you aren't taking advantage of it, you are wasting an amazing opportunity. I think there are plenty here who would agree. I have the benefits of leads from Phil, but had an agreement not to use his leads to build my husband. He's a silver now, mostly with our own friends and family. It's not difficult to get people to sign up for an investment they can also earn commissions on. I wonder the agreement not to build her husband. That's weird, right? I know they were doing, there's a couple times they've done some shady shit where they filled a spot with somebody else, which shouldn't be allowed, but I guess they got permission from the company. I'm just happy to be supporting the movement. I quit my job on Tuesday, so things should be a bit easier now. Plus, I get to talk to lovely people like you all day long. Best job ever. Wait a second. I thought you begrudgingly left a 6-figure job for a 7-figure job. Now you're telling me you're like, hey, amazing. Blow the fucking, the party kazoo or whatever the fuck that thing is. Get to talk to lovely people like you all day. If you are nervous about the system, know this. You are a greater risk purchasing with your credit card online. Really. My credit card, who literally, I could go buy some shit, have it shipped to my house, use it, and then call my credit card company and say, I didn't buy that shit, and they would just cancel it out. The 7K Sound Money wallet is safer than that. I'll be damned. The credit card is the safest way to buy anything fucking online. They will literally cancel any shit as long as you don't do it too often. I was working for a global manufacturer with over $4.6 billion in revenue until just recently. The system 7K uses for the Sound Money wallet is the exact same system they use to secure their VPN assets. What? The security protocol they're using is the same as a VPN for a banking service, including payroll and accounts payable. What? The funds you transfer to that wallet are also backed by gold and silver and are fully insured. I'm more nervous about the money I have in my bank being managed by the Federal Reserve than I am at funds in my wallet right now. Yeah, because it's just owned by some guy named Sam who could just steal all your money tomorrow, but whatever. Which is a significant amount. We actually moved a chunk of our savings into it for that very reason. Do what you think is best, but just thought I would share my thoughts on it. Yeah, just sharing your thoughts. Move all your money over here. I've also noticed that understanding how to use the Downline Explorer is one of the most difficult things for our new members to learn. I put together this video which shows how to utilize that tool and better understand your team and where placements need to go to build your rank. Hopefully, it is helpful for some of you. You're not allowed to put placements in to build your rank. Wait on us. No, if you're a member of Andi, Chris, Sherry, or Patty's team and are not connected at oursilverlines.com yet, please let us know so we can better support you in your 7K journeys. Here we go, boys.
The Downline Explorer is a very important tool because it allows you to monitor activity in your downline and helps you to determine the placements you need to achieve your next rank.
Here you go. Hold on. It says Sound Money Wallet is not insured. They had to stop holding cash because of violations.
Many people mistakenly believe that the Explorer shows their downline enrollees when it is launched. However, this isn't entirely accurate.
Ooh. If she would have started this website a year later, she could have called it Silver Lions. Right?
Upon loading, the people you see are actually the members who are contributing towards your point totals. We will expand on this in a future training, but for now we will focus on how to view the downline members who contribute to your rank. First, you will go to the drop-down at the top and select Who are my personal enrollees?
Okay.
This option will filter out all other members and show you only the members who are enrolled using your personal enrollment link. Here, you can choose to view those members who are enrolled on your left side, those who are enrolled on your right side.
So I just click left side only, right side only, or left and right to differentiate. Oh, okay.
You can also choose to view those who are inactive.
Your credit card's always the safest way. Even when you use your debit card, run it as credit. You have so many more protections that they're willing to fucking throw out there for you under credit than your debit card or cash, or I guess, I don't know, probably even PayPal and shit.
As well as those who have canceled their membership with 7K.
Oh, no.
In order to view more of your downline, you will simply select one of those members.
Okay.
A pop-up will open with information about their account, and you will choose to explore the downline as that individual at the top.
She only has 6 fucking points and she's been enrolled for over a year?
By repeating the process that we used before, you can simply view their personal enrollees.
Oh, okay.
Continue using that process to drill down those lines until you reach the bottom of that downline.
All the way to the bottom.
On the R Silverlines website, we provide our members with blank charts for each rank. You can use this Downline Explorer process to record your downline into a more visual format.
So you can take the ease of use of using this app on 7K Metals and write it on a piece of paper. It'll save you so much in finger exertion from clicking, I guess.
However, be sure to check the Explorer every time you enroll someone new. You just might find that someone in your upline has gifted you with a new enrolled member.
Amazing. Thanks for helping me explore my downline. That's exactly what I was waiting on. Innovation account holder service IRA, solo 401ks, invest. What is that one? Oh, this is the one that's through 7K, isn't it? New Direction. This is the one Andi was pissed about that Phil didn't use. The New Direction 401k rollover. Pissed, bro. Pissed. We have our own. What's better, Goldco or IRA through 7K? I have both. Goldco, if you transfer 50K, they'll add 5%. 100K, they'll add 10%. Not sure after that. I reached out to Goldco in August and scheduled an appointment to transfer my IRA at Labor Day. But my appointment is until October 12th. What is everyone else's experience? Is your appointment time 6 weeks out? Should I look elsewhere? One thing I learned is that Goldco has a minimum requirement of 25K, and I was told by my rep that they won't allow you to transfer more than 50% of what you have. If you wanted to roll over your entire 401k IRA, Goldco would not allow it. When I spoke to 7K New Directions, I don't remember them saying anything about limits, so I have to call them and find out if they have a similar stipulations. I was told there was a 6 weeks out, but they have cancellations all the time. I got my appointment within a week, and everything completed very quickly. I would reach out to whoever you spoke with and ask for the first available appointments if someone cancels. I use Goldco, a very easy company to work with. Everyone I talked to was very helpful. I rolled over my IRA and received some free silver. My total time from start to finish was about 4 weeks. Would have been faster, but I was off the grid for a week camping. Good luck. Thank you. I did ask about cancellations, but I did ask about cancellations, but I'll call again today. Currently in the middle of hurricane prep. Would love to have an IRA done before. Thank you. I'm going to follow up today. The rep I worked with transferred 100% of both my traditional and Roth IRA. That was with Goldco or New Direction. New Directions doesn't have limits. We transferred all of our 401k. Maybe it's because your age or how your 401k are set up, but we transferred everything we have. My personal opinion, if you can get in with someone to transfer it right away, I would go that route, because even after your meeting, you're still looking at an additional 3 to 4 weeks to get it finalized. They're so busy, right? And your 401k could go to zero at any time. Did you transfer it with Goldco or New Direction? For me, it wasn't Goldco. It was my current 401k provider that won't let me transfer anything. Why didn't you say that, dumbass? I just went through this. If you're currently still employed at your job through the 401k is through, and you are under 59 and a half age, you can only pull out a general purpose loan. They're even taking fucking loans. General purpose loan. The one thing you want to ask your 401k providers if you have any funds eligible to roll over from a previous ownership, meaning did your current company purchase your old company, as it was in my case, but my current 401k plan specifically states that monies from previous company are not eligible for rollover. Bummer for me. So all I can do is take a loan from my 401k, which is very easy online. Can anyone give me the scoop on which of the large precious metals companies are Cabal owned and any general specifics to support that? It's not for me because I have no need to shop elsewhere, but people in the other group chat seem to think I'm insane to even imply the same. Thank you. I appreciate the info. What Milo said, JM owned by A-Mark. Connect the dots from there. I haven't done the research on others, but some people in our channels have. Thanks. So she's telling people that JM Bullion, you don't want to go with them. Why? Because they're connected to the cabal. I just finished transferring my IRA to gold silver with Goldco. So excited. Just in the nick of time before all the changes happen with the bank, stock market. This is from 2022, by the way. just before all the changes happen. Don't wait another minute and call Goldco. I believe you will not regret it. I sure am not. Well, you probably are now. I am on pins and needles. My husband's transfer is going to be October 8th. When he talked to them, they said they were 3 weeks out. I know they're super busy, but I'm excited for you. I'm happy for you too. Thank you. I did the same. Awesome service. Everyone was spot on. Yes, I agree. I'm happy for you. For those who can't convert with Goldco or want to consider options, 7K has a transfer team that facilitates transfers with New Directions Trust. If you're a member and didn't know this, please do the trainings and attend the calls. There are many benefits to the membership that people aren't taking advantage of. Get connected. Pay me money. Don't give it to Phil. 7K is the exception to this for Phil and myself. We both have a lot in our silver wallets. Zero concern. Keeping money in Sound Money Wallet. I have moved an entire savings account to mine. Just be careful. Very easy to convert to silver there. Not that that's a bad thing. Buy more silver. I need more points. For those who can't convert with Goldco or want to consider all options, 7K, blah, blah, blah. Please do the trainings. People are asking, get connected. If you have an active autosaver yellow bar on that page, you might also check the credit card on file and be sure it's up to date. Don't let your credit card expire. I need those points. I got to support you harder. I also created this video which addresses the difference between bullion and collectibles. Anytime I reference the premiums in relationship to bullion, that is the difference you are referring to. Unlike stocks, etc., there's an exchange of tangible product when you purchase metals. It's the same thing that happens when you buy and sell real estate. Usually, you would lose money if you buy it and then sell it as is right away. You have to hold on a bit and let it gain value. There you go. And depending on the economy, it could gain or lose value. Your hope is to buy low, hold, then sell high. Completely agree, Don. I use 7K Advantage regularly and have saved hundreds this year. Just that alone pays for my membership. Sure it does. Their savings plan, 7K Advantage, where you like get fucking coupons and shit. Does anyone know about registering the President Trump collectibles? I didn't receive a certificate of authenticity for these, and it costs even more money to buy one. What's the advantage of doing that? Is it beneficial or not? I have a question. I'm living outside of U.S. Can I join PSI? By the way, I'm living in Japan. God damn it, Itsuko. Stop using your troll fucking sock accounts to tell people you're in Japan. You're in China, where they don't allow silver or ownerships. We are aware that many members of Andi's Our Silver Lines team received a welcome email today from the Todd Father's communication system. We are implementing the platform that he uses for his member management at OSL. Unfortunately, when the company began to input our members list today, there was a glitch and automatically sent the email that Todd uses for those new members, as we have not launched and created our own email yet. I assure you that your contact information is secure, I bet. And you are still on our team. You should have received a follow-up email from the company apologizing for the error as well. If you're a member of me, Chris, Sherry, or Patty's team and haven't connected at our website yet, be sure to register at oursilverlines.com. Our team is working on several projects behind the scenes and have big things coming your way very soon. Many of those plans will also benefit from other members here in PSI as well, so stay tuned. Hope you all have an amazing day. Andi. I hate when people talk about themselves in the third person. We are aware that members of Andi's Our Silver Lines. You can technically replace the autosaver with 15 points worth of purchases in the product store. But since the coins there are usually around 5 points each, keeping an active autosaver is the least expensive way to earn the points you need to stay active. If you do purchase 15 points worth of other coins instead of turning off your autosaver, you can adjust it to be 30 days out instead. Just change the delivery date to 3 to 4 weeks out. That way, your upline knows that you are still actively participating. If your autosaver is completely off, people, including our leaders, usually won't take the chance of gifting you with an enrollee and will move on to someone else who has an active autosaver. And you were next on my list, I promise. You can also push out the autosaver 1 month if you enroll someone as a personal enrollee using your own link, as that enrollment also earns you the points you need for 1 month activity. Please ask if you have questions about this because we want to make sure everybody is careful not to lose active status and points by accident. They don't give a fuck if you lose points by accident. They want your points higher up. So this is in response to this, I guess. It says, thanks, but I got involved for the investment side of things, and I told the person that first contacted me that I didn't want to sell anything. But when we get messages and read messages such as, if you are inactive, not only will you no longer receive eligible weekly commission from 7K Metals, but my PSI team has been instructed to no longer add new enrolling members to your downline. And I was basically told the same thing message that people downline would automatically go under me, and it didn't. It's a matter of principle at this point. Integrity, character, ethics, and principle. I would have never sounded out but for this communication that I'm referring to and quoting from. Message then. As stated in this post to Lynn, I don't care whether it was an email, a text, or a handwritten letter. My response is still the same. I don't understand the hostility. Our mods are here to help you and get no benefit from that. Please be respectful. Damn, Andi. Damn. Chill out, dude. Some old man that's lost in your fucking silver lines. Andi is a 7K exclusive group, the one on Facebook. Yep, it's great group to follow. Lots of incredible leaders from the company are inactive on the channel. I bet it is. I bet it. What's the age requirements to get in? 65 or older? Miles, I'm willing Phil's 17 team members. I just wanted to add that we are getting complaints 24/7, people who are very impatient in this process. Please keep in mind we have rolled over 3,000 people in 1 month. Oh, I think we already read these, didn't we? Every business is a pyramid scheme. Of course it is. Every business is. For all the money I spent with JM Bullion over the, not to mention they are owned by BlackRock. What? JM Bullion's owned by the Cabal? I don't want Cabal silver, even though it spins the same, burns the same, melts the same, and is cheaper. I don't want that Cabal silver. My mom called and I completely forgot about the coin drop today. I didn't get it. I didn't get any extra giraffe, but would gladly buy your extra monkey from you if you want to sell it. What the fuck? Is this slang for some weird sexual shit? You'll give me that long neck, bitch. I'll give you the monkey from down under. What the fuck is that? I need a giraffe. Andi says, I need that giraffe. Don, I would trade mine for an Idaho State Animals MS-70. Pat, Andi, there will always be coins, but time spent with your mother on the phone or in person is more priceless than you know. Unless you want a giraffe. Okay. Got my Pharaoh and Isle of Man. I need a giraffe. Don't we all? At least I can laugh now. Very sad for 15 minutes. These people are freaking out over the giraffe coin. Terry Hughes. If anyone has an extra giraffe, I'd like to buy it. Pat Anderson. You can't put a price on time with your mom. Is your mom a giraffe? I would buy her. My mom has been gone 17 and a half years now, and I'd give anything to hear her voice again. Andi. She's a liberal and thinks I'm crazy. Mom, you made me miss my giraffe. Fucking libtard. I'm out. What? What is going on? No wonder your mom thinks you're crazy. Pat. She is still your mom. Nick. First coin drop I failed at. I got the 2-ounce tomb. Wasn't in there. Pat. Blake said they are 3 weeks away from having a 2-ounce tomb in stock for a coin drop. I've lost out on the monkey, the dog, Mandela coins, so I know how it feels. Andi. I know. I love her and I'm patient. We just have to agree not to discuss current events and politics. Pat. This too shall pass. We can only hope Trump will be back by July the 4th. Yeah, you guys nailed that one on the head. Congratulations. By the 4th of July, and this nightmare will be over soon. With bullion, I bought $2,200 of silver in my smart money wallet 1 month and didn't get any points. With bullion, you will always be upside down in your investment for a while because of the premiums you pay to purchase it. They have to make a profit. They hope is to buy low and sell high, just like the stock market. Collectibles now, like the giraffe. You heard everybody looking for the giraffe, didn't you? Collectibles have inherent value above and beyond the silver content and are worth whatever someone is willing to pay you based on things like condition and rarity. Those coins can potentially return a profit much more quickly. Shut the fuck up. Y'all are selling goddamn fucking swindlers fucking silver coins over here. I can make more with a Chuck E. Cheese token. As others advise, do your training. So important! And reach out to your leader if you have questions. No, I asked about it with no resolve. He said Carrie enrolled after. Whether it seems fair to you or not, these are Phil's leads. Carrie is also working the business. If he wants to put a handful of people under her to help her out, he shouldn't have to defend that. I don't even know why this is even being questioned. Seems very ungrateful after all he has done for us. Wow, there she is. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Right? Everybody else is calling Phil on this. Andi's defending him, and the Phil hate groups are like, don't pick on Andi. She's a good guy. She's my buddy. Mary, I just don't think it being done quite equitably. It doesn't have to be done equitably. These are Phil's leads. If he wants to put them all under Carrie, he could. Seems very ungrateful that people are even questioning him on this. Everyone here signed up for a precious metals club, not a paycheck club. If you get a couple of enrollments from him at some point, great. But you shouldn't be depending on them. At this point, there are 14,000 people waiting on leads, and their 17 team leaders can only take so many calls a day. It's an amazing opportunity and can set you up with residual income very quickly. If you are waiting for handouts, you are throwing an amazing opportunity out the window. Wow. It was a paycheck club for Andi. That's exactly right. She got her paycheck club quick as shit. Again, Sherry and her husband listed, and the executive golds. Damn. Let's see. What is this? I don't even know what this is.
Boom. All right. So we're live. Here we are. We're live on the mighty Mississippi. Want to check out?
Oh, the Mississippi River Live.
Kind of an unannounced live. I know I said I was going to go live tonight, and unfortunately, this is the best I'm going to be able to do under the circumstances that I'm in. So here we are. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few questions
for our good buddy
and give you a little bit of stuff that I'm coming to realize might be happening.
I don't want to listen to Phil tonight. Here you go. Let's see how she explains metals versus bullion, or collectibles versus bullion. And their bullion fucking sucks. I mean, their collectibles fucking suck. Their bullion's the only thing that's really worth buying there. And you shouldn't have to join a club and pay $500 a year to buy it. You can buy it at a pawn shop.
Hello, my name is Andi, and I'm an executive gold member at 7K. When I first started my journey with this program, I was fairly new to precious metal collection. I had bought some bars and some coins, but I really didn't know the differences between them. I didn't really understand grading. There was a whole lot of things that I just was not knowledgeable on. Over the past few months, the training that I have received from 7K has really helped me to navigate the buying process. I now know the differences.
She seems so personable, like a robot with a glitch.
Between different types of metals and different kinds of coins, and why one might be preferable over another. This came really easily in this program because they provide so much information to you as a new member. One general area that's important.
Damn. Her hands look rough as fuck, dude. What's that discoloration? She worked her fingers to the bone.
To understand what this...
It does look like an ISIS video. We are the wrong Western invaders, and we will never be back.
Company right from the beginning is the difference between a bullion coin and a collectible coin. When you hear the term bullion, that refers to
like beef a bullion,
a coin or a bar that you're buying for the contents of that silver, gold, or other precious metal. They're generally priced per ounce, and
a bullion coin is different than other precious metal. They are typically priced per ounce. She can only blink when she's not speaking. And you can buy them directly on the website. I would like to introduce you to 7K Metal's website. Here you will find bullion coins sold by the ounce.
It doesn't matter if they are in bar form, coin form. It doesn't even matter what's printed on them. You're buying those bullion purchases for the sole purpose of building the accumulation of metals.
Shit, this is a past of AI
that you have in your collection. The first category of bullion is what's known as generic bullion. Generic bullion are coins and bars that are produced by a private company.
I do like these American flag. I call them tabs. I guess some people call them bars, different things. I do like these American flag ones. I honestly thought about getting a CVC coin. The problem is, like, I wouldn't be able to sell enough to get them, like, cheap to where they're, like, close to spot value. So they'd have they'd have to be, like, artisans, so they'd have a higher premium on them. And then people would be like, you're doing the same thing they're claiming they're doing. Because they'd probably be, like, double spot price to have them made in such a small quantity. If I could buy, like, 1,000 of them, probably not. But if I buy like fucking 50 of them, yeah, I'm going to get fucked.
Pricing bullion, a company will look at what's called spot price. Spot price is actually the raw cost of silver or gold or other precious metals at any given time, and it fluctuates much like the stock market. When a company is valuing the prices of their bullion, they will look at that spot price and add a premium.
Beef a bullion.
Generic coins and bars tend to run about $2 to $10 over spot price. That's a great price for silver. However, because they're less regulated and because they're the highest risk category, you need to make sure you know who you're purchasing from and you know that you can trust them as a dealer. The second category of bullion purchases,
yeah, I was going to sell them through the, I was going to sell them like as market.
Would be your government.
I don't think a regular collector would give a fuck about them. Unless it was a cool design, because I wanted to put a skull on it.
Governmentals are the coins that you've probably heard of before and will recognize. Silver Eagles, Lady Liberties, Canadian Maple Leafs, Britannia coins, Cougarans. All of these coins are produced by governmental mint.
Cougar's hands.
That are owned by those countries. So we're talking about coins and bars that are produced by the Canadian Mint, U.S. Mint,
that's right, legend.
Australian Mint.
We had the same thought.
Those coins and bars, because they are much more regulated, are a much safer investment.
I paid like, I got a cool one here. I bought it. It was like a whim. I was actually sitting with my dad in the hospital. It was a night that I couldn't do a show because I had to stay with my dad at the hospital. Somebody be there with him. My mom couldn't like sleep in the chair or whatever. But one of the ones I got was I was looking for the bag. It's around here somewhere. One of the ones I got was like, because I was thinking about the show and watching fucking shit for the show. I was thinking about how terrified they are of the Illuminati. So this is like literally, it's a triangle. It's an artisan pour. I think I paid like $100 for it. And it's like 1.5 ounces. But it's an artisan pour and it's a pyramid with like the floating all-seeing eye. And it's got some like other hidden Illuminati shit in it. It's like 1.6 ounces or something. It's pretty cool though. It's from a YouTube channel actually called Silver Dragons. If you guys ever watch on YouTube, they do auctions on a certain night.
Recognizable and therefore are less often faked. Because governmental bullion is much safer to invest in, you're going to pay a little bit higher.
Are you older than me, legend? Because if you're older than me, you're probably a cougar.
Prices for those coins. Generally, they will run anywhere from $10 to $25 or $30 over spot price, depending on what you're buying. As I've just explained,
I want to hear
when
how
you're
she lies
purchasing
about
bullion
collectibles.
silver, you're getting a great price per ounce. However, you're also paying a premium over the spot price of silver. The value of
Oh shit! I also have this. I forgot. I don't even know if I've ever shown you guys this. Look how big. Look how big this buffalo round is. Some bitch is huge, ain't it? It's still just 1 ounce. It's just really thin. I think it's 1 ounce. It's still just 1 ounce. It's just really thin. Yeah. It's just like a really thin coin, but it's like the biggest buffalo round I've ever seen. Somebody sent that to me. It's in a National Collector's Mint thing.
Of your collection will not gain value until the spot price rises above that premium.
Oh my goodness.
Collectible coins are unique in that they have some inherent value above and beyond the metals that they're made from. You can think of it much like baseball cards or any other collection that people might have. In the case of
Stop using baseball cards. Stop using baseball cards. I mean, I know it's accurate to 7K, but it doesn't sound good because most of them literally aren't worth the cardboard they're printed on. They're not worth shit.
Collectibles, your coins are valued based on a number of factors. In some cases, they might be rare because not many are produced. They may be part of a series set that many people are trying to collect. They could be graded coins that have been certified and registered by a company like NGC. In the case of the graded...
If no one wants this fucking coin because it's not interested in them, I don't give a damn if it's MS-70 or not. Like, no one else is.
Circulated collectible coins. Those coins are encapsulated in a hard plastic casing and preserved in mint state the moment that they're created.
If somebody breaks into my house, into my office because some of my silver coins, I'll be beating off dudes with both hands.
Because it's preserved in that perfect condition, those coins can accumulate a great deal of value.
Get them out of here.
In many cases, particularly with some of the rare coins that 7K offers, those coins can have value as soon as you receive them. I actually have several coins.
There's no inherent collectible value to any of these. These are almost just like bullion. So the reason people buy different bullion, someone said, like, why would they make so many difference? Is because you might like the flag, or you might like a skull, or you might like a kangaroo, or you might say, I don't have one from Australia, or you might be trying to collect all the different countries or this or that. Or maybe you went to the Olympics or the Super Bowl or something, you collect something like that. These are just the same. They're not inherently valuable for their rarity and shit like that. It does kind of depend on rarity, but not the same way that like we looked at the 1933 Double Eagle. Someone might just like fucking bees. So one day, and they're also a collector, but they're not going to pay a price that's like, oh, this rare double stamped fucking 4-headed Lincoln penny. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same. And these things are super overpriced, like $300 an ounce. Are you kidding me? I don't like bees. I got that much, bitch.
I've purchased myself over the past few months that are worth significantly more than what I have.
Because 7K tells you they are, right? 7K tells you they are. The only people that buy these seem to be either like I'm on eBay and I'm like, you know what? I love cats and I don't have a single silver coin with cats all over it. So I might look it up, right? Or these are other 7K members that are trying to complete a collection or are interested in it, so they buy it on the 7K market. So 7K tells you what it's valued at. They sell it to you for $300, and then 2 days later, they're like, it's worth $360. Look out. But why would you fucking trust them?
Invested in them. Usually the first question
And again, yes, if what actually happens, like the banks collapse, the collectibles aren't going to be worth shit. What you can melt them for, that's it.
When it comes to collectibles is, where do I sell them? 7K does offer a website called Stack and Sell, which allows you...
There you go, Stack and Sell, and they tell you what it's worth. They sell it to you at an overinflated price. Then they tell you it's worth an overinflated price.
To take an inventory of all the coins you have, monitor their approximate market value according to 7K.
They tell you how much it's worth? That's crazy. So if I sell it to you at 500, I'm not going to tell you it's worth 35 the next day. I'm going to tell you it's worth 550.
Okay, and list those coins in a marketplace that is available to 7K members. This allows you to sell those coins directly to other 7K members who may be looking.
This is such a fucking scam, dude.
For them, in many cases, to.
They're pretty cool, aren't they, Burgie? I like them. I thought it was cool. I mean, I'm not the biggest Ghostbuster fans, but I just think it's cool because the added features to it, like. If I saw the coin, I don't even know if I'd buy it, but like the ghost catcher thing, that's a cool presentation kind of deal.
Complete a collection. So now you know the difference between bullion and collectibles. While bullion,
but you don't know how to say bullion,
is priced at a lower price per ounce, it's also dependent on the spot price of silver. Your collection won't have any value above and beyond what you paid for it until the spot price of silver.
Somebody else told me that. Some guy that actually collects coins told me you could do stack and sell for free.
Or gold rises. The opposite is true with your collectibles. You're going to pay more for them. In some cases, quite a bit more. But in the end, those coins can have immediate value sometimes, and at least will have a pretty good value over time. That said, those coins...
She has no fucking idea what she's talking about. Or she's being deceptive on purpose. For the reason back because they want people to sign up, right? This is their Rumble channel, rsilverlines.com. And they got a YouTube channel too. Chocolate versus silver. Wayne Clark. Gold Rush check-in. This is like their trainings and bullshit. Like, yeah, so she doesn't directly do the banks are crashing, but she allowed Phil to do that for her year. She claims she doesn't do fear. She does. We saw that, right? I sure wouldn't have my money in a savings account. Sound money wallet does billions of dollars where the blah, blah, whatever, right? She doesn't do FOMO, but she does. She doesn't do this, but she does. And for some reason, these goddamn Telegram groups are treating her like a fucking celebrity. Nobody can fucking talk about her.
445 just gifted 5 subs.
Thank you very much for the subs. I appreciate it. Nobody can talk bad about her. She's allowed to defend 7K. She even pitches Iraqi Dinar in some of them. Something is fucking going on. She may not be at the level of Phil, but she benefited from every step Phil took. And to act like she's above that, she's different, she's a changed person, she can go eat a bag of dicks. Andi should be as thrown out of every group just the same. If you're not allowing Phil in your group, God damn, you better not allow Andi in your group. She has her hand in Phil's pocket, and she has from day one. That's my TED Talk on this dumb bitch. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. I think Andi doesn't get a pass. You guys can decide whatever you want. She was one of Phil's mods. She lied about fucking Phil's intel. She claims that she left because she didn't believe him. She had doubts months before she left. She hired a lawyer, but she wasn't telling anybody, and she still uses the same fucking tactics over and over again after being handed a rocket ship to the top and then claiming she got screwed over. She had to leave a 6-figure job for a 7-figure job. Fuck Andi. The same way that you say fuck Phil. Peas in a motherfucking pod. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm out of here. Thanks for the support. If you want to support the show while we're offline, it's coldbeer.fund, coldbeer.fund. We'll see everybody on the next one. Have a good night. Love you. See you. Bye. I didn't realize it was so late. We let this one drag on a little bit. 3.5 hours.
About if this douche.
But I could have told you she was a piece of shit at the start.
You don't have the fork and balls to call out the.
Get another. I need another tattoo. Summit City. I thought about coming up with like 3 or 4 designs and letting the chat vote.
You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well listen bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believers? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like Thor in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, beating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your Huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped it to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine with Trump in between. Put on a
I don't think that's even all. I don't think we didn't read the emails. I had a couple more emails about her, like getting in there and in with the corporate and dogging everybody else out. Like, I don't know. That's pretty crazy. But there's a couple of those emails. There's a couple of different things we might touch on next time. I didn't realize it was almost 2 a.m. though.
It's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets.
Another thing, I thought it was kind of shitty that she didn't offer to help resolve. Remember when everybody was still paying for Phil's like locals thing? It was it's on his own website, but it's paid membership thing. She should have been the first person to stand up and resolve that, right? She built the website, whatever she had to do to bend over backwards to help those people that were stuck paying for months and months and months. Like, even if you hate Phil's guts, it wasn't about Phil.
They acting like they know hitters, assholes throwing bullshit, shit and bronze to the shitter. All this nonsense on my conscience, it's hard to sleep at night.
Have a good night, guys. See you in the next one.
This time of the night, these parasites, these leeches, with all their secret meetings, teaching all you fucking cretins about baby eating heathens. Believing in reason with no meaning is bullshit. Will Bird motherfuckers out here busting the grifts. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
You don't have those guts, cause you're a pussy. You're a pussy wearing aviator glasses in your mother's basement